Check 1, 2. All right.
Take me out to the ball game. Swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter, swing. Swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter, swing, yeah. Strike one. Hey, baby, do you come here often? Strike two. Hey, baby, now what's your sign? Strike three. Hold on now, where you going? Next in line. Swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter, swing. Swing, batter, batter, swing, batter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pearl Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network tonight in a new location. We're live at Trustmark Park here in Pearl, Mississippi, where the Pearl Pirates will take on the Brandon Bulldogs in a minor league baseball park. In fact, it's kind of, most of you know, my home away from home, as I get a chance to spend 70 nights a year here for the Mississippi Braves. Tonight, as they're on the road in Birmingham, the park has been opened up for a high school baseball game. I'm Darryl Palmer, DP, your play-by-play voice of Pearl Pirate Athletics. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play tonight. I'll be joined by Jay Fletcher in the booth with me. Justin Bennett will also be here with us, but in a little different role tonight. He'll be our man on the street. We'll see what's going on in and around Trustmark Park tonight. Tonight, the Brandon Bulldogs, riding a 9-game winning streak, a 20-3 record, will take on the Pearl Pirates with a record of 14-10 here at Trustmark Park. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about this park, about the facilities, about the teams that will be playing here, and let you know what's going to be taking place tonight. You're watching Pearl Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network and WUFX My 35.
Serving Mississippi since 1967, Mississippi Bonding Company is prepared to help in your time of need. Our agents are the quickest, most efficient, and most educated bail bonds agents in the area. We use state-of-the-art computer equipment and services to process all applications, credit cards, and deliver the necessary documents to get your friends and family released as quickly as possible. All jails, all courts, statewide and nationwide service, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. In trouble? Call Mississippi Bonding Company right now and let our professional agents help.
If you've got bad credit, and I mean bad credit, then you need to come see us at Auto House. We have late model used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Guaranteed bank financing with extended warranties available. We have low down payments with low monthly payments. So come see us at Auto House at 1274 Old Brandon Road, Flowood, Mississippi. But remember this, I don't care about your credit.
Check.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network and My 35. We're glad to have the viewing audience here with WUFX My 35 for the second time this season for baseball. We had a couple of games last year in the fall for football season. We'll have 4 this coming fall for football season, but tonight a baseball game between the Pearl Pirates and the Brandon Bulldogs. I'm DP. Jay Fletcher will be with me in the booth. Justin Bennett will be our man on the street tonight. Guys, first off, Jay, you've been to a number of baseball games here because I know you like to come out and watch the Braves play. Justin, you actually worked here for a season a couple of years ago. Of course, I've been here. This is my 9th season at Trustmark Park with the Mississippi Braves. But as a high school kid, these guys, most of them, they're from Pearl and Brandon area, have all been to baseball games here. They've seen the Mississippi Braves. They may have come seen one of the college series games. There have been state championships that have been played here in the past. But now they're coming out here tonight to play a regular season game under the lights, prime time, 8 o'clock start. What kind of nerves? What's going on in these guys' minds right now, Jay?
It's a little bit overwhelming, just to be honest. I mean, you look up and there are, 8,500 seats, where normally you play there may be 200 seats. You know, there's a whole lot more than just moms and dads around this place right now. There's a lot of people here that just work with the Braves, so it just feels different from the normal place that you would play your high school baseball games.
Justin, I don't know if you played baseball in a facility like this, but I know you've done a lot of performing in front of audiences, and you go from maybe a little small group to all of a sudden, well, we all go to church at Pine Lake, and you get up before Pine Lake with 4,000, What's it like when you step into a totally different atmosphere?
When you change the atmosphere, it changes the dynamic without a doubt. And there's some nerves there. There's some anxiety that comes with that. And the tough part for these guys tonight is to settle in and play their baseball game. And it's the same as if we were at Pearl or at Brandon or, at a Little League park down the street.
Right.
But you got to come in, you got to do what you do, you got to play your game, and you got to try to put the distractions over the side. It's a really cool opportunity, but you got to come in, settle in, and play your game.
One of the things I think about, and I'm reminded of a great movie called Hoosiers, about a little basketball team out of nowhere, Indiana somewhere, that made it to the big time. And they were going into the Coliseum to play in a big, massive thing. And it's really a neat story when you look at Hoosiers because they go in, they take a ladder out, and they say, all right, climb. And actually, they got the guy climb up on somebody's shoulders and drop the tape measured how far it was from the rim to the floor. And he said, how far was it? He said, 10 feet. They walked the baselines. They walked the end lines to see the same thing. Jay, you had a similar experience, I think, in playing at a big park.
I did. We didn't have a Trustmark Park growing up in Louisiana, but the epic place to play when you're growing up just outside Baton Rouge is Alex Box Stadium, the old Alex Box Stadium in Baton Rouge. And I remember playing my first baseball game when I was in high school at Alex Box Stadium. And I remember going into that place, and the coaches just allowed us to be a little bit overwhelmed. Some great baseball teams that played there, they just encourage you, go walk around, just see what it's all about. Right. So we walked, just all over that park. And then coaches called us all in and said, guys, it's time to get our head on straight, get ready to play some baseball. So he took us up the line, and we walked that, and it was 90 feet.
Right.
From home plate to first base.
Which was the same as in your high school park.
Pretty much, exactly the same there. And what he did, just to remind us, that, man, this is still just a baseball field.
Right.
And, there are a few more seats, a few more people around. But, man, just go play baseball. Just go have fun. Take advantage of the big opportunity to play on a big-time stage and just have fun with it.
How long does it take? Right now, they're out there, they're taking some infield, they're getting a chance to take some balls on the field. We've had a junior varsity game here. But how long does it take them to get past the nerves, the anxiety, the butterflies, if you will, and all of a sudden just settle in to 60 feet, 6 inches from the rubber to the plate and play baseball?
I think it takes that first pitch. For a pitcher, it's that first pitch. It's doing it the first time. For the batter, it's stepping in, it's taking that first pitch. It's getting in there, doing it for the first time and saying, hey, wait a minute, I've done this before in other places. There's nothing magical about standing right here. There's some great guys that have stood on this dirt before, but it's the same as playing anywhere else. And so I think it takes getting in there, taking those first few pitches, getting into the rhythm of a game, and then it's time to play baseball.
I think you're right, and I think that's going to be one of the keys. And I think one of the keys here, too, is going to be the fan participation, because you obviously we had just a couple of weeks ago 8,200 people here on a Saturday for the Atlanta Braves, and the following week and a half later, we had Mississippi State Ole Miss in the Governor's Cup. We had 8,200 people in here again. We won't have quite 8,200 people here tonight. It'll be somewhat less than that, but it's still going to be a big crowd. As I've looked at, a lot of people coming in, and it's a big treat for them, too, because now they're watching their kids play from farther away than they're normally used to watching them here at Trustmark Park, because they're up in the stands. And so it's a big thing for the parents, too.
I've noticed a lot of the moms and dads, they've taken a lot of pictures of their kids already. Yeah. But I've noticed them, especially in the JV game that just finished, lots of moms and dads sneaking down close to the field where they could get some pictures. These are pictures that moms and dads, grandparents will remember. But, man, down the line, you can give those pictures to those kids as a great memory of tonight. But don't forget, man, this is a big-time rivalry, so these fans are going to get into this just a little bit tonight.
Absolutely, and I was down on the field getting ready for some stuff. And, I mean, there are people that have come in from Alabama and Louisiana and Arkansas to come and watch them play on this field tonight that hadn't seen a baseball game yet this season, but this is the one that the family was coming to just because of where we're at.
Well, and as well, our games are always on the Pearl channel here
right.
on the Pirate Media Network. We're also on the internet, but tonight we're on My 35, so that's giving a whole new audience an opportunity to see these two teams play here at Trustmark Park that might not otherwise get to see it. Another thing about this ballpark, in just a little over a month, the MHSAA state championships will be played right behind us from Class 1A all the way to Class 6A. The 2 out of 3 state championship series will be played here. Brandon's 20-3. They're leading their region. Pearl clinched their region Thursday night at Macomb. Both of these teams will enter the playoffs with an idea of showing up right here a little over a month from now playing in a state championship. How does getting a game under your belt in this ballpark maybe work to your advantage coming to that?
Well, you just have to think, man, okay, we get to play tonight. We get to play on this big-time stage, get a feel for this field and the conditions. Should you make it to the big-time game and the big-time series, you have a little bit of a leg up and an opportunity to play in this environment and go ahead and get rid of the overwhelmed feeling that you might be kind of feeling a little bit.
It gives you a leg up on your competition having the opportunity just to be here and do it. There are a lot of teams in other parts of the state that don't get to do this. So if Brandon or Pearl make it to that point, I think this sets the table for them in a great way.
No doubt about that. It's going to be a great time tonight. It's going to be a great atmosphere tonight. Two teams, rivals, as Jay mentioned. Football especially, they're huge rivals. I mean, a lot of people don't worry about who wins the football game. Used to be in the years past. It was about the fight after the game. But it was all about that rivalry. They're just, I mean, the city limits now join. When I went to school at Pearl a few years ago, the city limits didn't join. There was actually a gap between the two. Now they actually join, and they share a Walmart, and that's kind of the fun thing about it they talk about. But on a baseball field, the rivalry is there as well, and they want to win. Anytime these two cities, schools go against each other, they want to beat the other one. They both under new coaches. Coach Stacy Hester is first year at Brandon High School. Coach Kevin Barnett came on mid-season at Pearl. So both coaches trying to establish something here and trying to build a program. We're going to take a break in a moment. When we come back from that, we want to address that and talk about the coaches and how they're going about building their programs and what it's going to do with these players. We'll break down some of the stats, some of the key players for Pearl and for Brandon, the pitching matchups, what it's going to take for Brandon to beat Pearl or for Pearl to beat Brandon. And we'll take a look at that. We're glad you're here with us tonight. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll break down those two teams, give you some more information about this matchups tonight. You're watching Pearl Pirate Baseball on the Pirate Media Network and My 35.
Harvey's Fish Hut is located on the corner of Airport Road and Old Whitfield Road in Pearl, Mississippi. Harvey's prides itself on having the best fried catfish in the metro area, as well as tasty pan trout. Harvey's Fish Hut only serves quality Mississippi farm-raised catfish. Dine in or carry out, Harvey's Fish Hut is always served hot and fresh, open Monday through Saturday for both lunch and dinner. So stop by and see Willie Harvey at Harvey's Fish Hut on the corner of Airport Road and Old Whitfield Road, or call to place your order at 601-939-6262. 601-939-6262.
Is the thought of losing your vehicle or your home keeping you up at night? Are bill collectors harassing you and your family? Are you drowning in student loan debt or taxes? It's not your fault. I know you're doing all you can to make ends meet. Bankruptcy was created to protect you and your family. I'm attorney Frank Coxwell. I can help you get the relief you need. Call me for a free consultation at 601-948-4450.
The Mississippi Braves.
Your Mississippi Braves are back home at Trustmark Park Monday, April 15th through Friday, April 19th. On Monday, April 15th, it's Make a Difference Monday, sponsored by Yogi on the Lake, Jellystone Park at 7 p.m. game. Tuesday, April 16th is a special day game at Trustmark Park at 11 a.m. start time. Wednesday, April 17th, same thing, another 11 a.m. start time at Trustmark Park, a special day game. It's Sports Marketing Day and Earth Day, sponsored by Magnolia Data Solutions. Thursday, April 18th is a 7 p.m. game. It's Thirsty Thursday, where you can get draft beer and soft drinks for only $1 a piece. It's also Tri-County Chamber Night and Chick-fil-A promotional night. And Friday, April 19th is another great big Friday night fireworks show at the ballpark at 7 p.m. start time. The Braves have many ticket packages still available, from full season ticket plans to mini ticket plans. Call 888-BRAVES-4, log on to MississippiBraves.com, or stop by the Trustmark Park box office for your tickets today.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network in My 35. I'm DP, Jay Fletcher, Justin Bennett, as we'll bring you the broadcast tonight. The Pearl Pirates taking on the Brandon Bulldogs at Trustmark Park here behind us. Let's talk a little bit about the Brandon Bulldogs first. Coach Stacy Hester, brand new to Brandon this year, longtime head coach at New Hope High School, won multiple state championships at New Hope, was known for year in, year out, having one of the top baseball programs in the state. He left New Hope, actually, I think a couple of years ago, decided to make the move down to Brandon High School this season. His first year at Brandon is off to a remarkable start. He's trying to establish some new things. Jay, when you come in and you take over a program, there's obviously a lot you want to establish first. You want to lay some groundwork. As you've looked at this team and looked at what's been going on with them this year, building this 20-3 record, what's some of the things that stand out to you as what they're building as far as a program?
Well, first off, you have to, as a coach, you have to figure out, you have to pace yourself. You can't come in and do everything that you want to do. A lot of coaches come in, this guy's got some experience.
Right.
So he knows how to run a program, but he has obviously paced himself. He's let these kids get to know him, get to know his coaching staff. They obviously know what they're doing, but man, they're 20-3. They've won 9 in a row, and they are impressive. You can look at the stats top to bottom. They're a senior-laden team, which is, you want these seniors to come in, have a good year, and lead this team, because it sets the stage for the future.
Well, and it does that. And then when you look at these seniors, and of course the big thing you and I were talking about is the pitchers, and the fact what these pitchers have done, and the fact that there's not one guy that's dominated, which is what you normally see in high school, that they've got 2 or 3 guys that have really been stepping up and making it. What are you looking at with those pitchers?
Well, when you look at the stats, one of the things that stands out is they have a team ERA of 2.21. That's impressive. They have 4 guys. Elijah Parker, 6-1. He's got a 1.27 ERA. Colby Whitfield, 5-0. He'll get the start here tonight, 2.49 ERA. Then you have Tyler Cox, who's 5-1 with a 1.96 ERA, and then Tyler Rachel, he's 4-1 with a 2.34 ERA.
So when you look at those and you look at those ERAs and realize these guys don't give up a lot of runs, then that really sets the stage for them when they start scoring runs. And some of the things you were talking about is how many runs they've scored versus how many runs they've given up.
I looked at that, and then I had to go back and look at it again, but they have scored 255 runs and only given up 66.
Wait a minute. 255
and given up 66.
And you've got to think about a lot of those 66 very well could have come late in a game when you've pulled your starters and let your reserves get some playing time.
My guess is they can hit the baseball, they can pitch the baseball, and they can do a little bit. They look like a very, very well-rounded baseball team.
Sounds like it. Now, the other side of that, obviously, they've got to score some runs. They put up 255 runs. Who are some of the key guys that we're going to look at the plate for Brandon tonight?
Well, overall, they come in tonight hitting .397 as a team. That's pretty impressive. Tyler Cox, he's a senior, .477 batting average, 31 hits, 27 RBIs. Colby Williams, .491, 28 hits. He's a leadoff guy. He scored 33 runs. That's what you want your leadoff guy to do. And then Tyler Rachel, also a senior, .362, 25 hits, but he has 38 RBIs to lead the team.
So they're not only getting on base, the guys are good at moving them around. That's one of the things Coach Hester's been known for is fundamental baseball. Very, very seldom will you ever see a New Hope team back in the day beat themselves. They may lose some games, but it wasn't because they made mistakes and beat themselves. They put runners on base. They moved runners around. They played solid defense. When you look at this Brandon team, we talked about it, they lost their first 2 games of the season. They lose to Clinton and to Madison Central first 2 games of the season. Since then, again, they've only lost 1 since, and that was a game to Terry that they lost a few weeks ago. This team's really playing strong, and as you mentioned, on a 9-0 run. They're on a roll right now.
Well, you lose your first two, you can, kind of get down on yourself pretty quickly. But that shows the character of a brand new coach in Coach Hester. Sure, he circled the wagons with those young men and said, fellas, we got to turn it around. Here are 2 or 3 things that I want you to begin to focus on. And obviously, that's worked.
Obviously, it has. Tonight, they will take on the Pearl Pirates. And, Justin, you've seen this Pearl Pirate team a whole lot this year. Of course, we started off with a new coaching staff that came in last summer and did a tremendous job with a program that had been somewhat stagnant. I'm not going to say bad, but they were kind of just in a lull, if you will. But they came in and did a lot of work with the guys over the summer and through the fall, into the winter. And then we've had some coaching change. But we've seen a whole new attitude with a group of players from what I've seen the last 3 years of my 4 years now involved with Pearl High School athletics. But these guys got on to a 5-game winning streak, the longest winning streak that any Pearl team has had since the 08-09 season when they had a 7-game winning streak. But then they're going to come in tonight, have clinched a Region 6 5A championship. What are you looking at, and what have you seen with this team that really gives you the idea that they've got a chance to beat this team?
Well, what you see is a team that has had to deal with some setbacks and some adversity this year. But, you've got a group of young guys now that are playing hard. They're playing to the best of their ability, night in and night out. These are guys that have been given the chance to play that coming into this season didn't think they were going to get a chance to play. These are some younger guys, some sophomores and some juniors that thought they were going to play in some pinch hitting roles, play a lot of JV baseball, but now they've been thrust to the varsity stage, and they're doing a great job at it. Zach Carter being key from a pitching standpoint. You'll see him tonight. He comes in really as the ace of this staff. He will come in as long as he is on. He's going to give the Pirates an opportunity to win the game. These guys have in years past, we've seen a lot of errors out of a Pirate ball club. This year, they've really eliminated a lot of those. They're playing smart baseball, and if they can come in tonight and execute, play smart, they'll have the opportunity to contend with these guys.
You talk about Zach Carter on the mound. Of course, Zach Carter got the start for Game 1 of the Pearl Pirates 2013 season. That was against another Rankin County rival, another team that has been known historically for having one of the top baseball programs in the state year in, year out. Of course, I'm talking about the Northwest Rankin Cougars. Zach Carter pitched to a win in that game against Northwest to begin the season, which was a catalyst, if you will, for this team to kick them off to a great start and move them into some great baseball.
It really was. He's only 5-3 on the year, but comes in with an ERA of about 2.37, and a guy that just has really, every time he's got the opportunity to take the hill, he goes out, he throws strikes, he gives his team the opportunity to win.
The other side of that, and one of the things that we talked about when the coaching change was made and the situation took place here at Pearl, is the defense we felt was going to be solid. The defense has remained solid. They've got some younger players. We've seen some freshmen playing. We've seen some sophomores getting a lot of playing time, a couple of juniors. But the big difference, I thought, at the time was going to be how do they react at the plate? Are they able to score some runs? And that's been one of the struggles at times for the Pearl Pirates, is not defense. Defense, as you mentioned, has been solid, but it's scoring runs. You've heard Jay talk about this pitching staff for the Brandon Bulldogs. What do the hitters for Pearl need to do tonight to try to get the ball in play and try to get some base runners and score some runs?
They need to come out, they need to play focused, and they need to not be afraid to swing the bat. You can't let these guys strike you out, because if you hold the bat and wait, they'll do it. You've got to try to put the ball in play, and you've got to play ABC baseball, which we've seen them do. They're aggressive on the base pass when they get somebody on. They do a good job at moving their guys around the diamond. They've got to do the little things to have an opportunity to win tonight.
Both pitchers coming in. You mentioned Zach's ERA less than 3, 2.7. Colby's is 2.5. I mean, basically you're looking at a game tonight that if a team could score 3 or 4 runs, very well could win a ball game.
Absolutely.
So when you look at that, and you talk about the starting pitching, a lot of times we see starting pitchers struggle a little bit early in a ball game. Is it going to be critical, and this opens this to both of y'all, especially Pearl's going to bat first. They're the visiting team. Brandon to be the home team. How critical is it in that top of the first inning, in the bottom of the first inning, to try to get some action, get somebody on base, and don't let a pitcher get into a routine?
To me, I think you've got to score your runs early, because these guys, once they settle in, once they get over the butterflies of the big stage and start playing their game, they're really tough to hit off of. And so if you're going to score, you need to try to do it as early as possible. The Pirates, they'll come up to bat first. They need to capitalize on the opportunity and try to score some runs in the first inning.
I think it's big to score first. I think if you can put some runs on the board early, you're going to put that pitcher in another situation where he's a little bit concerned. Big environment, big baseball stadium, and you have him thinking about some other things. If you can put some pressure on defensively, I'm thinking, man, I want that first ball hit to me so that I can go ahead and kind of settle in and get ready to play some baseball.
look at that with running the bases. Of course, the guys got to run the bases like they've been known to do, and that's aggressive base running. We've seen that. I know from Pearl all year. I know Brandon's going to run the same style. They're going to try to push it, try to force the defenses into making a mistake. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Jay's going to join me as we're going to move next door into the booth. Justin's going to head down to the field and get some interviews. We'll talk to the coaches in the third inning. We'll talk to Brandon's coach in the top of the third, to Pearl's coach in the bottom of the third. So you want to make sure and watch for that as well. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Pearl and Brandon, baseball game, live here at Trustmark Park. I'm DP. Let's see. You're Jay. You're Jay. I got Jay and Justin here, surrounded by Jays tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Hope you'll stay with us throughout the ball game tonight. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. We'll give you a little bit more breakdown on the game, starting lineups, and get ready for the first pitch tonight. You're watching Pearl Pirate Baseball on the Pirate Media Network and My 35.
At Cowboy Maloney's, we're celebrating IRS. That's an inventory reduction sale with guaranteed lowest prices, 24 months interest-free financing, or our new no-credit check financing.
LED TVs from $89. Mattress and foundation twin size only $149.
At Cowboy Malone's, we have a stainless steel washer from $299 and a hamper door dryer for $299.
Chest freezers from $169. Frost-free refrigerators $399.
Jackson on I-55 North and near the Coliseum. Flowood, Clinton, Vicksburg, and now in Pearl.
Serving Mississippi since 1967, Mississippi Bonding Company is prepared to help in your time of need. Our agents are the quickest, most efficient, and most educated bail bonds agents in the area. We use state-of-the-art computer equipment and services to process all applications, credit cards, and deliver the necessary documents to get your friends and family released as quickly as possible. All jails, all courts, statewide and nationwide service, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. In trouble? Call Mississippi Bonding Company right now and let our professional agents help.
Pearl Stamp and Sign is now Signmark. Our name has changed, but not our great service. For over 20 years, we have been your #1 hometown retailer in custom stamps, signage, and marketing products. Now we are growing and want to take you with us. Whether you have an event, starting a new business, or wish to expand your existing business, Signmark is committed to helping you meet your design and marketing needs. Come see the friendly staff at Signmark on Pearson Road in Pearl and make your mark in the business world.
Unpredictable weather, unprecedented opportunity. Attention car, truck, and SUV buyers in Madison, Leake, Hines, Scott, and Rankin County. On Monday, March 18th, the Heron Gear Autoplex was hit by a major hailstorm. Insurance adjusters are now claiming thousands on hail-damaged vehicles, some with damage so minor you hardly know it's there. Heron Gear Autoplex will sacrifice these vehicles with thousands in emergency distress discounts. The damage is ours. Discounts are yours. Don't miss this one-time buying opportunity at the Heron Gear Autoplex in Jackson.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network. We're live at Trustmark Park where the Pearl Pirates getting ready to take on the Brandon Bulldogs in high school baseball here tonight. It's going to be a great night for baseball. It's a gorgeous night here at Trustmark Park. Almost no wind whatsoever as the flag is hanging limp beyond the left field wall, beyond the home bullpen. And they're doing the starting lineups. Actually, they decided they were going to introduce the entire rosters for both ball clubs tonight, which I like that. We do that for the first game of the Mississippi Braves season every year. We do that for the Atlanta Braves when they came here in the exhibition series. So it's something that's good to do, and they thought, maybe they're not. Maybe they're doing just the starters for Brandon. I don't know, because I would have done the reserves first. But again, I'm not doing PA here tonight. I've got to remember that. It's not my park tonight. It's his park tonight. It's going to be a great night, though, Jay. We've talked about it. We've set out the atmosphere. They're doing the starting lineups. They're hearing the music playing. These guys right now, we talked about the nerves. Is this when it's the worst?
Yeah, because you're ready to get started. You're just ready to play baseball. You've gotten out here. You've taken a little infield. And the cool thing, we didn't talk about it in the pregame when we were on camera, but it was really neat to see these guys kind of coming together. They all know each other. They've played ball together probably for years, and there were some handshakes, some pats on the back, and I'm sure there was a little smack talk going on. Just, I'm going to get you tonight. Well, no, I'm going to get you tonight. But, in the end, I mean, these are rivals, but these kids all know each other, and that was good to see. So this is just a great environment for all these guys to come together, be introduced in front of their parents and all, and, all the nerves will be gone here in just a little bit.
The weather app on my computer says it's 70 degrees right now, and it says 75 out on the scoreboard here at Trustmark Park. Winds out of the east-southeast at 4 miles per hour. Visibility is unlimited. It's just a gorgeous night for baseball here at Trustmark Park, where the Pearl Pirates taking on the Brandon Bulldogs, introducing the full rosters here tonight. And then once they finish with that, we'll be ready for the national anthem. It's going to be a great night today. Tonight, we're going to give you the starting lineups in just a moment. Don't know if I've got time to do that before they get to the national anthem. I'll go ahead and give you the batting order for the Pearl Pirates. In center field is number 6, Parker Thurman. Leading off, batting second will be Alex Hutton. Batting third in pitching will be Zach Carter. Batting fourth, the catcher, Zach Prince. Batting fifth will be first baseman, number 26, Dalton Sullivan. Batting sixth will be third baseman, number 23, Nick Lawrence. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 7, Jimmy Boyd. Batting eighth, designated hitter, number 34, Hunter Allen. Batting ninth in right field, number 24, Phelan Smith. Todd Jenkins will be playing left field. He's being DH for tonight. We'll give you some more information about the Brandon Bulldogs defense in just a moment, as I think now we are ready for the national anthem. So we're going to pause for that. That was the national anthem here at Trustmark Park. We're going to take one final timeout and be back for the first pitch in a moment. You're watching Pearl Pirate Baseball on the Pirate Media Network in My 35.
What time is it? Time for carpooling. Time for working. Time for football practice. Time for cheerleader practice. Time for homework. Time for grocery shopping. Time for cooking. Time out. At the Face and Body Center, we know that your time doesn't always include time for you. Take a time out for yourself and discover all the possibilities waiting for you at the Face and Body Center in Flowood, Mississippi.
Harvey's Fish Hut is located on the corner of Airport Road and Old Whitfield Road in Pearl, Mississippi. Harvey's prides itself on having the best fried catfish in the metro area, as well as tasty pan trout. Harvey's Fish Hut only serves quality Mississippi farm-raised catfish. Dine-in or carry-out, Harvey's Fish Hut is always served hot and fresh, open Monday through Saturday for both lunch and dinner. So stop by and see Willie Harvey at Harvey's Fish Hut on the corner of Airport Road and Old Whitfield Road, or call to place your order at 601-939-6262. 601-939-6262.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network. We're just moments away from the first pitch. We'll set the defense for you for the Brandon Bulldogs. In left field is number 26, Bo Key. Center fielder is number 5, Kobe Williams. In right field, number 17, Elijah Parker. At third base, 11, Gage Tier. Shortstop, number 20, Tyler Cox. At second base, number 12, Trent Turner. First baseman, number 13, Kurt Toney. And in the catchers, number 6, Will Harvey. Starting pitcher, number 2, Colby Whitfield.
Whitfield comes into the game, as we said, with a 2.49 ERA, 5-0 on the season, 9 appearances. He also has 4 saves, and he's pitched 19 2/3 innings this year.
And leading off for the Pirates will be Parker Thurman. As we're ready to get underway, Colby Whitfield works from the stretch as he begins the ball game. First pitch in for a call strike, and we're underway. Start of the game at 8:02. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, down and away. No balls, 2 strikes to count. That pitch misses for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Parker Thurman. Parker hitting .341 on the season. Hits this ball high in the air, left side, hooking foul, and will land in the picnic area near the pavilion down the left field line here at Trustmark Park. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Not only does he pitch from the stretch, but he also throws from a little 3/4, almost sidearm angle. That right-handed hitter's looking at that ball, almost coming at him from third base.
Misses low for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Call strike 3, about the knees. Parker turns around, looks at the umpire, thinks that's low. Parker needs to head on back to the dugout. As the umpire looked like he might have made a note of that. Make sure Parker doesn't do that again. That'll bring Alex Hutton to the plate. Alex hitting .216 on the season. Fouls his first pitch back to the screen. No balls, 1 strike to count to Alex Hutton.
You can already tell early on the pitching plan is to hit the Pearl hitters on the hands.
Keep them in. Alex going to bunt it, try to get it past the pitcher. Good job of getting there. And Whitfield underhands it. Gets the out. Actually kept it himself and just tagged him. Got there ahead of time. So it's a 1-U if you're scoring at home.
Whitfield bounced off the mound, got to that ball with ease, and just ran Alex Hutton down. That's a good athlete on the pitcher's mound.
And, of course, the idea behind that is to Alex try to punt it past the pitcher, but he did a good job of getting there, as you said. Zach Carter now steps to the batter's box. Zach hitting .254. First pitch, chopped to the left side. Third baseman takes the high hop, throws it across the diamond by a fraction of a step and gets Zach out. And 1-2-3 go the Pirates in the top of the first. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching Pearl Pirate Baseball on the Pirate Media Network.
Serving Mississippi since 1967, Mississippi Bonding Company is prepared to help in your time of need. Our agents are the quickest, most efficient, and most educated bail bonds agents in the area. We use state-of-the-art computer equipment and services to process all applications, credit cards, and deliver the necessary documents to get your friends and family released as quickly as possible. All jails, all courts, statewide and nationwide service, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. In trouble? Call Mississippi Bonding Company right now and let our professional agents help.
In real life, there's no magic get-out-of-jail card. So, if you're accused of a crime, you'll need a good lawyer. Coxwell & Associates, your voice for justice.
Fact, Heron Gear Toyota saw major hail damage. Fact, insurance adjusters claim thousands on dents and dings so small you can hardly see them. Fact, Heron Gear must discount these vehicles by thousands. Get the insurance cash, get the discount, get your Toyota and save at Heron Gear Toyota.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network. We're going to the bottom of the first inning as the Brandon Bulldogs, Kobe Whitfield on the mound, got the Pirates in order in the top of the first to set the defense for you for the Pearl Pirates. In left field will be Todd Jenkins. In center field, Parker Thurman. In the right field will be Phelan Smith. Around the infield has Nick Lawrence at third base. The shortstop will be Jimmy Boyd. At second base will be Alex Hutton. At first base, Dalton Sullivan. Behind the plate is Zach Prince, and as we mentioned earlier, on the mound, Zach Carter getting the start tonight against the Brandon Bulldogs.
Zach Carter 5-3 on the season, 3.59 ERA, 41 innings pitched. He's given up 28 runs, 21 of those earned.
So Zach tonight will face a very good Brandon Bulldog batting order. You look at the first 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I go all the way down to the number 9 guy before I find a guy hitting less than 300. And he's hitting .290.
They can hit the baseball. You can just tell looking at the stats. I've talked to a couple of folks that have seen them play a couple of games this year, and evidently they are just an impressive team, top to bottom. They feel the ball well. They hit the ball well. They pitch it well, and, you know, they're number 3 team in the state for a reason.
They definitely are that. Of course, just a week ago, they upset the number, I think at the time, 4 team in the state. They were ranked like number 5 as they beat Northwest Rankin by a score of 10-5. So this is a team that can really play some baseball, and tonight the Pirates are going to have to be on their game if they're going to do anything with them. Leading off will be Colby Williams. He's hitting .491 on the season. Left-handed batter as he will step to the batter's box. And Zach Carter ready for his first pitch. Zach brings a strike in at 82 miles per hour to start the ball game. Now the 0-1 pitch. Swings and misses at an off-speed pitch at 69.
Well, that's what you like to see early. Control of the breaking ball, a good fastball at 82 miles an hour, keep the hitter off balance.
Now the 0-2 pitch. Carter shakes off a couple of signs. Now he's ready to go. Swings and foul tip, but hung on to by Zach Prince, and a strikeout for the first batter he faces on 3 pitches, and that'll bring Trent Turner to the plate. How important is it, Jay, for Brandon, their pitcher gets the Pirates in order to start off the top of the first? How important is it now for Zach to answer that?
Well, it's big time important that he does his best to do a little 3-down inning as well. And getting that first strikeout, that first out behind you, relaxes, settles those nerves, and he's going to begin to settle into a rhythm right now.
Down and away for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes to count. There's a call strike. 2-1 the count to Trent Turner, hitting .333 on the season. Has 13 RBI. Takes that one for a call strike about knee high. And that's one of the things I look at with an umpire. That's basically the same place he called a strike on Parker Thurman. And as long as he's there for both teams throughout the game, I'm tickled to death with him.
Consistency, that's all you ask for as a pitcher.
Now the 2-2 pitch. Misses outside for a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Now the 3-2 delivery. Hit into the air, right center field for a base hit over the head of Alex Hutton. Being chased down in a big outfield. He's heading for 2. Here comes the throw off target. That's going to be a double for Trent Turner into right center field.
It's a big outfield, as you called it, a lot of space out there, and those outfielders have to get their angles just right, and they have to hustle to get to the baseball in a hurry. Most of these coaches, I would imagine, have already said, guys, if you make a big turn around first base, they bobble it, they don't go to it in a hurry. Do your best to take that extra base and get yourself in scoring position.
Tyler Rachel, designated hitter, steps to the batter's box. First pitch. Misses, catches the inside corner for a called strike. Tyler hitting .362, 2 home runs, a team high 38 RBI. He likes it when they get runners on base ahead of him. Now the 0-1 pitch. Misses a little bit low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Now the 1-1 pitch, low and away for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Turner's got 11 stolen bases on the season, so definitely a threat to run down at second base. A little visit there as Zach Prince goes out to talk to Zach Carter. Try to make sure they're on the same page.
A little freak out playing in the background, man. I'm liking it.
Mark Clark, our music man for the Mississippi Braves, here tonight running the music down there, and he will keep it lively and active, that's for sure. Anytime there's a break in the action, you can count on Mark having something going on.
Let's just say it's a good thing the camera was not on me right there.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Takes it high for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Now the 3-1 pitch. Hit to the right side once again over the head of Alex Hutton into right center field. Rounding third, heading to the plate, will score easily as Turner Rachel will stop at first base with a single with the RBI. The Brandon Bulldogs take the early lead over the Pearl Pirates by a score of 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. And Tyler Cox, the shortstop, steps to the batter's box. Doesn't get any easier, hitting .477 with a home run and 27 RBI, second on the team.
3-1 pitch there. He knew Carter had to come to him, and he just laced that ball over the second baseman's head.
Good fastball bouncer in there, about knee high for a strike. No balls, one strike to count. Carter looking in for the sign. Now he's ready to go. Looks at first. Going to throw over to first just to make sure Rachel stays close. Rachel only got a couple of stolen bases on the season. Doesn't mean he won't run, but you don't expect it. Zach Prince pretty good behind the plate. Ground ball to the left side. It's going to be picked up by Jimmy Boyd. Throw it long, throw across the diamond just in time to get Tyler Cox going down the line. That'll be the second out of the inning. Tyler Rachel advances to second on the play, and that'll bring Colby Whitfield, the pitcher, to the batter's box.
You could see his head turn there. He was trying to feel that one. It was not hit quite hard enough to try to turn a double play, so he did the smart thing and just got the out at first base.
Whitfield pitching, hitting .361 on the season with a couple of home runs and 18 RBI. Fouls that one off just over the screen behind the first base dugout, about 6 rows up in the stands. Some of the fans scatter when those foul balls come in. It's kind of funny, too, because most of them will close their eyes and start running. And how do they know they're running away from the ball? They might be running into the ball.
And most of them do run right into it. I love the ones that come, even though the net's here,
yeah,
and they come right at you, and people still duck and flinch.
You know, we joke about that. Of course, we're up here in the press box in the home radio booth. Normally, I'm about 3 booths down in the PA booth. It's amazing how many times I've seen somebody working here, sitting next to me, flinch when one does that up here in the press box. Called strike about knee high. No balls, 2 strikes. So I'm going to watch you and see if you flinch tonight now.
Well, I was going to tell you, if that happens, no commentary. No commentary, because I'm going to flinch, I promise you.
See, I was a catcher. We're trained not to flinch. We're not smart enough to flinch. Maybe that's it. 0-2 pitch. Zach Carter trying to get out of the inning. Tries to get him to chase one. He doesn't. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Now, I will say this. It's my 9th season here. I've had 1 baseball come into the press box. It was in year 1, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. Swings and a miss at a good breaking ball. 70 miles an hour by Zach Carter. Strikes out 2 in the bottom of the first, but gives up 2 hits and a run. Pirates trail 1-0 after 1. Back in a moment on the Pirate Media Network.
Harvey's Fish Hut is located on the corner of Airport Road and Old Whitfield Road in Pearl, Mississippi. Harvey's prides itself on having the best fried catfish in the metro area, as well as tasty pan trout. Harvey's Fish Hut only serves quality Mississippi farm-raised catfish. Dine-in or carry-out, Harvey's Fish Hut is always served hot and fresh, open Monday through Saturday for both lunch and dinner. So stop by and see Willie Harvey at Harvey's Fish Hut on the corner of Airport Road and Old Whitfield Road, or call to place your order at 601-939-6262. 601-939-6262.
Mississippi Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center is the state's leading full-service orthopedic specialty practice.
Injuries can happen to anyone. Your orthopedic problem deserves the care and attention that only an experienced orthopedic specialist can provide.
If an athletic injury does occur, our 14 board-certified, fellowship-trained specialists offer many alternatives of care, from clinical examination, physical therapy, medical treatments, all the way to surgical repair.
Mississippi Sports Medicine, now 3 locations in the metro area.
Gotta keep them separated.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirates Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network. Justin Bennett, our man on the street, has caught up with Brian Bird, who works here for the Mississippi Braves. Justin, what you got?
Hey, I'm here with Brian Bird, DP. Mr. Bird, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well.
Thanks for letting us have some high school games here at Trustmark Park. It's an exciting atmosphere. I know you guys have had some pretty big crowds a couple of times here since the season started with the Braves.
Absolutely. Well, we're happy to have Pearl and Brandon play on a minor league ball field. We just started our season, got 5 games in. We come back on Monday, so we're definitely happy to have them here while we're out of town.
Now, some good opportunities this week for folks to come out and watch, and there's also a college game this week as well, correct?
Yes, Ole Miss and Southern on Tuesday. That'll be after the Braves game at 11 o'clock.
Now, I know that the Atlanta Braves were here earlier in the season, had a huge crowd for that. I know Ole Miss, Mississippi State had a pretty big crowd. For you guys here with the Braves, with the stadium, does the size of the crowd impact what you do, or is it kind of the same thing every night no matter what's going on?
Well, the larger the crowd, we staff up, we're prepared, we do everything in advance, so we anticipated a bigger crowd. As far as doing anything different, it's business as usual. We've been doing this for many years. We know what we're doing. We're professionals just like the ball players. But, we're happy to have the more fans we can get in there. We love it. It creates a bigger excitement, more, it pumps the team up. So, the bigger the crowds, the better.
Now, Brian, you've been with the Mississippi Braves how long?
This is my 7th season with the Braves.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Now, as you guys look to move forward this season, you got some big things coming up that folks can come out and enjoy?
Absolutely. We got a ton of promotions going on. We got BraveCon, which is where Darth Vader, comic book characters come out. We're doing Faith, Love, and Baseball. We've got a bunch of surprises in store in addition to what we normally do. Friday night fireworks, Family Fest, kids run the bases, things like that. So we're always trying to do new stuff and keep the stuff that fans really enjoy, to keep people coming back, keep the game fresh and new.
I got you, DP. We'll send it back up to you, Brian. Thanks for your time, man. We appreciate it.
Zach Prince had worked a full count and then lays down a bunt that was perfect, and Whitfield was going to have to make the perfect play again in order to get him. He was not able to. That's going to be a bunt single for Zach Prince as the Pirates finally get a base runner. Dalton Sullivan comes up to bat.
And Whitfield did a pretty good job of getting to the baseball, but he picked his head up as he went down to pick it up. Picked it up to look at the base runner and just left the baseball laying right there. Can't get an out without the baseball.
Throw over to first, try to keep him close. Dalton Sullivan hitting .242. Thanks a lot to Brian Bird. I see Brian up here all the time throughout the seasons, and Brian does most of the media relations work for the Pirates. A lot of the graphics work primarily. There's a good bunt down the third base line. Throw to first. Just in time. It'll be a sac bunt from Dalton Sullivan. It goes 2-3. Prince will advance to second on the play. Thought for a minute we was going to see another bunt single.
It was very close. It's just Dalton Sullivan just put down a perfect bunt. That's right where you want to place that. And, of course, his coach probably called just an opportunity to move the base runner up, but he was thinking base hit all the way.
Now Nick Lawrence steps in. Takes the first pitch up and in for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Foul back. Almost gets over the top of the screen. I was mentioning to you I had 1 ball come in the press box in my 8+ years now. We're into our 9th season. And it actually was a high pop-up foul ball that came down and landed on the concrete concourse below us in the stands and bounced up and through the window. So it didn't just come over and in. There's a pass ball, a wild pitch actually. It's going to be down in the dirt. And Prince will advance to third on the play.
Well, the question is, did you field it cleanly or was it an error?
The guy sitting next to me, I didn't see it coming at first. I saw the pop-up, and then I just saw it go down, and I was looking back at my notes, and next thing I know, it flies in the window directly next to me. The guy sitting next to me luckily had his head down. Had he not, it would have hit him in the forehead. But it went straight over his head, across the counter from behind us. The ground ball to the shortstop, going to be, nope, he's going to give up the run, throw to first. Almost got too lazy on a throw to first. That's going to be a ground out, 6-3 by Nick Lawrence. And Zach Prince scores the tying run as the Pirates tie the game up at 1.
And as you said it, Tyler Cox thought about going home. He did not have a play there, realized that, but then he almost threw a changeup over there to first base, and he almost beat it out.
Jimmy Boyd now steps in with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Swings and misses at a breaking ball. No balls, 1 strike to count. But anyway, it goes across the counter behind us. Our switcher who runs the TV stuff, it actually hit him on the arm. We retrieved the ball. For those that are interested, there's another foul up towards the suites. We did retrieve the ball and toss it back down to a fan, though.
Boy, that's a good call there.
Isn't that nice of us?
An error and a gift.
You like that?
I like that.
Where was the error?
The guy behind you.
Oh, okay. Shallow pop-up, comes over and fielded by the third baseman, Gage Tier, and records the third and final out. But the Pirates will score 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors, nobody left. We've played 1.5 games tied at 1. Back in a moment on the Pirate Media Network.
The Mississippi Braves. Your Mississippi Braves are back home at Trustmark Park Monday, April 15th through Friday, April 19th. On Monday, April 15th, it's Make a Difference Monday, sponsored by Yogi on the Lake, Jellystone Park at 7 p.m. game. Tuesday, April 16th is a special day game at Trustmark Park at 11 a.m. start time. Wednesday, April 17th, same thing, another 11 a.m. start time at Trustmark Park, a special day game. It's Sports Marketing Day and Earth Day, sponsored by Magnolia Data Solutions. Thursday, April 18th is a 7 p.m. game. It's Thirsty Thursday, where you can get draft beer and soft drinks for only $1 a piece. It's also Tri-County Chamber Night and Chick-fil-A promotional night. And Friday, April 19th is another great big Friday night fireworks show at the ballpark at 7 p.m. start time. The Braves have many ticket packages still available, from full season ticket plans to mini ticket plans. Call 888-BRAVES-4, log on to MississippiBraves.com, or stop by the Trustmark Park box office for your tickets today.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirate Baseball. We're going to the bottom of the second. Tie game at 1. Justin down on the street has found some Pearl fans, I think. Justin?
I have, DP. I've got some actually Pearl Pirate cheerleaders with me. One of them was nice enough to share a, what was it called? What was that? What's that thing?
Oh, a funnel cake fry.
She shared her funnel cake fry with me. But, ladies, tell me, is this a cool thing to come out and get to watch your baseball team play here at Trustmark Park?
Yes, it's very awesome. It's very different, too.
Now, you guys are cheerleaders, so you've been in a lot of different places with teams and stuff. But what's the coolest part about getting to see them play here on this kind of stage?
To know that the Mississippi Braves played here. Yep.
All right, ladies. Hey, thanks for your time. DP, back to you.
Thanks, Justin. I tell you what, I've had that funnel cake fry before. It's good stuff. Elijah Parker will be leading off for the Brandon Bulldogs here in the bottom of the second. He'll be followed by Kurt Toney and Gage Tier. First 3 in the order for the Bulldogs. Facing Zach Carter. Tied at 1. 1 run, 1 hit for the Pirates. 1 run, 2 hits for the Bulldogs. That ball's hit well down the right field line. It's going to be in for a base hit. Phelan Smith will chase it down and get it in to hold Elijah Parker to a single. And just as you mentioned, Jay, the Brandon Bulldogs come out swinging the bat.
They do, and they all have a good, short little stroke. They put the ball in play. They hit it hard most every time. And, man, I like the way they run the bases as well. They sprint down toward first base. They don't take it for granted that somebody's going to field the ball cleanly. They just run and run hard toward first base like that.
First baseman number 13, Kurt Toney, takes the first pitch for a ball, gets away from Zach Prince. Runner does not advance, though. Elijah Parker at first base after the leadoff single. Coach Stacy Hester going through his signs down the third baseline. Now the pitch, outside corner for a call strike, 1-1 to count. You know, one of the things we didn't talk about, it's also pretty good for these high school umpires to get to call this game at Trustmark Park as well.
It is, and these guys like this big stage too. I imagine they've shared with a few folks that they're going to get to call a couple of games at Trustmark Park, so that's a lot of fun.
As a fly ball into right field, Phelan Smith's there, is going to make the catch, got a chance behind the runner, and not in time as Elijah Parker gets back quick enough. And that's one of the things, of course, you train those base runners or coach them, and hopefully they're trained, but you coach them to go as far as you think you can safely get back and wait and see what happens.
But so many runners don't anticipate a dropped ball.
Right.
They just take it for granted. The routine play is going to be made. Man, sometimes the routine play is not even made in Major League Baseball.
That's right.
Sometimes it just happens, and you want to coach aggressiveness.
Gage Tier, third baseman, now steps to the batter's box. Tier hitting .400, and he's hitting the number 8 spot in the batting order. First pitch down and away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to count. This field, and of course I get a chance obviously to see it all the time, but it's amazing to me how immaculate it is, especially in the early part of the season before it starts to switch over from the right of the Bermuda and gets a lot of play on it. There's a call strike, 1-1 to count. But I mean, I was walking down there the other day, and walking along the warning track area back here behind home plate and looking at the grass, and it just looks like a plush carpet.
That's what your yard looks like, isn't it?
It looks like a plush carpet. Yeah, right.
I would love to know how many man-hours it takes to manicure and keep that field in great I mean, it is absolutely beautiful.
I'm sure Matt Taylor could tell you that. He's
Probably so.
Well, you don't call him a superintendent. That's what you call a golf course guy, superintendent. But he's the yard guy. But he does a tremendous job with this field, and he works on it year-round. I mean, you come out here in the middle of January, and you're going to see Matt out here doing some work on this field. It's constantly got some repair, some tweak, something to try to make it better. Now the 1-2 pitch. Hit into the air, right side, foul, and it'll go out of play as it lands up on the roof of the stands here at Trustmark Park. Justin Bennett is down behind the first base dugout. He's actually sitting in the seats. That one actually landed well up above him. But, you know, Justin might be one of those that would flinch, Jay.
I think he did flinch.
You think he did?
Reports are he flinched.
Reports are he flinched.
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have it on camera, so we have no proof of it. I'm really am impressed with the crowd that's here tonight. A lot of Bulldogs from Brandon, of course, here. A lot of Pearl Pirates here over behind the first base dugout. That's a pretty good crowd here tonight. Umpire wanted to call it, but didn't. You could see him shaking his knee. He's like, oh, do I do it? No, I don't. And he called it a ball. A little bit high.
Been a great opportunity for him to ring him up there and kind of show that, you know, that's when that home plate umpire gets to really show off.
That's right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul back to the screen once again. You know, one of the things going to be interesting here tonight is Brandon's home game is how many baseballs they brought with them. Because obviously at a high school game, you always retrieve the balls, you bring them back, and you put them back out in play. They'll, I'm sure, do that here. We do it during the high school championships here. They always get the balls back, but there's quite a few. If they go in the right spot, they're going outside the stadium. It's not as easy to go get it. There's a minor league pop-up here behind home plate. Zach Prince at the screen makes the catch. Great job by Zach Prince to make that play. A real high pop-up directly behind home plate. Zach did it exactly right. He turns around, finds the ball, goes towards it, then throws his helmet mask out of the way once he makes sure he knows which way he's going.
That's just good coaching right there. He knew exactly what to do. He executed it when he had to, and, you know, Johnny Bench has nothing on him right there. He did it.
Hey, you're talking about my hero now.
Come on, man. That's Johnny Bench, man.
My golf balls have number 5 on them.
Uh-huh.
My baseball uniform was number 5. For Johnny Bench. I grew up through his era at the Reds.
Man, you guys look alike, too. Y'all do. Y'all look a lot alike.
He's a lot bigger than I am. There's a called strike on the outside. The interesting thing about Johnny Bench, and I saw him do this on the Johnny Carson show one night, his hands are so big and so strong. He had 7, count them, 7 baseballs in his hand and turned it upside down. They weren't just propped. He could turn them upside down and hold on to them. High pop fly, right field. Phelan Smith coming in. Alex Hutton going out. Phelan Smith calls him off and makes the catch to record the 3rd and final out. The Bulldogs, a leadoff single, and they'll strand him at first base. We play 2 complete, tied at 1. Back in a moment on the Pirate Media Network.
Pearl Stamp and Sign is now Sign Mart. Our name has changed, but not our great service. For over 20 years, we have been your #1 hometown retailer in custom stamps, signage, and marketing products. Now we are growing and want to take you with us. Whether you have an event, starting a new business, or wish to expand your existing business, Sign Mart is committed to helping you meet your design and marketing needs. Come see the friendly staff at Sign Mart on Pearson Road in Pearl and make your mark in the business world.
What time is it? Time for carpooling. Time for working. Time for football practice. Time for cheerleader practice. Time for homework. Time for grocery shopping. Time for cooking. Time out. At the Face and Body Center, we know that your time doesn't always include time for you. Take a time out for yourself and discover all the possibilities waiting for you at the Face and Body Center in Flowood, Mississippi.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network. We're going to the top of the third. Pearl and Brandon tied at 1 for the Pirates. It'll be Hunter Allen, Phelan Smith, and then top of the order, Parker Thurman and Alex Hutton if one of the previous should reach as we go to the top of the third inning. Hunter Allen's only had 3 plate appearances, was hit by a pitch once and got 2 hits, so he's batting 1,000. Takes that first pitch low for a ball. Think I'm right on that. I know he's batting 1,000. And fouls that one off. Actually, he's had 5 at, I'm looking at something didn't update for me here. That's a ground ball to third base. Going to grab it, throw it across, and throw it high and away. And that's going to be an error on the third baseman. Allen's going to go back to first base. It'll be an E5 on the throwing error by the third baseman. We're going to go down to the field where Justin has Brandon coach Stacy Hester. May not be real happy right now, though. Justin?
Thanks, DP. Head Coach Hester, thanks for talking with us. Great opportunity for you guys to come out here and play at Trustmark Park. How do you think they're handling the opportunity?
Well, I think they're just really excited. I think both teams are excited. We feel like that maybe this will be a chance for us to get used to the park. We hope that in a little over a month we might be back here, and we're having a great year so far. We appreciate Trustmark Park's officials letting us be able to come here and play because it is an honor and thrill for us to be here.
Coach, a great season for you guys, coming in, you lose your first 2 of the year and then have just been pretty much unstoppable since then. First year for you at Brandon, but you've got a great team, out here on the field. These guys have worked really hard. How do you feel like you guys are doing at this point in the season?
Well, I knew that when I got the job, we had a bunch of guys that were coming back as seniors that had some success. So, I wasn't coming in here with the cupboard being bare. So we're excited about our season. We got some great senior leadership, got great seniors that pitch for us. And anytime you got older kids can pitch, you should have some good results. And so our kids have done a great job of kind of buying into what I've added to the program. I've got some great coaches that's come in with me. And so we just try and change the mindset here. And, with the success I've had, I just want to put it down here at Brandon and get them to be a baseball school with other schools around the Jackson area.
Now, Coach, you guys, you mentioned wanting the opportunity to come back here in a few weeks and play on this field again. We talked about it as part of our pregame. Do you think that kind of gives you guys an advantage if you get to that point to having played here already? Does that kind of calm some of those nerves, you think?
I think will help because, who knows, you got such a big, tough 6A. It's so tough in 6A. And, of course, any division to get here, period. But for 6A, it's really tough. So our kids will be here. They're already talking about, they're the ones that brought up that, hey, we want to be back here in about a month. So it's on their mind. If we're able to get back here, it will definitely be an advantage for us because it's almost in our backyard, and have a great crowds. And, we'll never play in front of people that can fill, it'll thing be packed. If Brandon can play somebody from around Jackson for a state championship, that'd be an awesome atmosphere. So it will help our kids. And they're looking forward to the playoffs and get to that next level. And, had a good little run last year, but they didn't get quite far enough. So, again, our kids are excited. And the year we've had, it's fun.
Excuse me there, Justin. Parker Thurman hits a deep ball to left field, but it's in for an out. Hunter Allen's got to retreat to the bag. I think he got a little bit confused, but he's going to get back in safely. Not sure what happened with the confusion with Hunter Allen, but Parker deep to left center field for the out.
Back and play, as you guys prepare for that, you've clinched your division, you don't have to play in a play-in round, so you'll take, you kind of get a little break there from baseball. Do you think that's something that helps or hurts? You've done this a long time, you've been on both sides of the fence. How do you feel about that?
It definitely hurts. I don't like to play in games because the number one guy gets to sit there for sometimes a week and a half, and sometimes if you don't have all your 28 games scheduled, you can at least play one more game. The 2 number ones can, pair up and play somewhere. But, and I'm saving the game just for that, but still, this game is meant to be played. I've noticed that when we play in some kind of mediocre teams on our schedule, we get to a little lull, hitting average pitching. You get to play good teams, and next thing you know, our kids aren't prepared for that. And in the baseball, you got to play all the time. That's why we try to practice in games, doing things that, game situations in practice. So we try to, simulate that as much as we can. But, it's hard, again, when you're sitting out for a week and a half. So we're not looking forward to that. But, again, we try and do some scheduling to allow us to maybe not have more than 2 or 3 days off.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time today. Good luck the rest of tonight, and good luck for sure in the playoffs. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir.
DP, back to you.
Thanks, Justin. Alex Hutton at the plate with a 2-strike count. Slow roller to third. He's going to try to beat it out. Third baseman gets it on target, though, and throws him out, and that'll end the inning. Pirates will get no runs on no hits. 1 error, 1 man left on base. We've played 2.5. Scores tied at 1. Back in a moment on the Pirate Media Network.
It was once called East Jackson, but the city of Pearl's been coming into its own ever since then. The folks at the Pearl Chamber of Commerce are proud of their city and want to give you just a few facts to consider. For instance, its commitment to excellence in education with Pearl's public schools and the Rankin branch of Hines Community College. It's a community whose people are grounded in faith and family. Consider Pearl's political contributions. Ray Rogers and Dean Kirby in the state legislature, and U.S. Congressman Greg Harper's district headquarters in his hometown of Pearl. It's become a handsome east entrance to the metro area on I-20 with shopping places like Bass Pro and the new Sam's Club, and Trustmark Park, home of the Mississippi Braves. The State Fire Academy is in Pearl, and so is the state headquarters of MEMA and other government agencies. The newly elected slate of city officials is excited about Pearl and making it an even better place. It's come a long way from being just a quaint little neighborhood east of Jackson. The city of Pearl, a city creating its own future.
Hometown Spotlight is sponsored by the Pearl Chamber of Commerce.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network in My 35. We're going to the bottom of the third inning with the score tied at 1. Here Pearl taking on the Brandon Bulldogs. For the Bulldogs, it'll be the top of the order as they face Zach Carter here in the bottom of the third inning. Kobe Williams, Trent Turner, Tyler Rachel. First 3 in the batting order. Be anxious to see Hunter Allen next time. He's DHing tonight. But he was shaken up when he went diving back into first base after that fly ball to left center field. Parker Thurman hit that ball hard, but they were able to chase it down and make the out.
Looked like when he went back into first base, the tag came down right on his head, but he also went into the bag a little bit funny. Looked like he may have jammed both of his arms into the bag, so he got hammered with the tag, and then the base got him too.
Now Kobe Williams will lead off. He struck out swinging his first at bat. And now he'll bat here in the bottom of the third, leading off. Now Zach Carter's first pitch to him misses just inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to count. I think Justin is caught up with head coach for the Pearl Pirates, Kevin Barnett. Justin?
Coach, great opportunity for your team to be out here playing at Trustmark Park. How do you think the guys are adjusting to the chance?
I think they're adjusting very well. It's like I told them, this is the biggest stage for baseball in Mississippi, so they're getting to play on the highest quality field that they're going to get to play on this year, and some of them maybe in their life. So they're really soaking it in right now, and they're taking advantage of it right now.
They've really kind of settled in. How do you feel like they're doing so far? We're in the bottom half of the third here. You think they've kind of adjusted to the stage?
Oh, definitely. I think they've adjusted. I think our biggest thing is the trouble that we've had the past few games. We just got to start getting on the ball. Getting under the ball a little too much. As you saw Parker right there, he made great contact, but just a little bit under it, a little more on top. He's got probably a triple in the gap right there, and we get a run. But we just got to really start hitting the ball defensively and pitching wise. I think we're settled in.
Zach doing well so far tonight. You guys are kind of in the home stretch here. You've already clinched your division, and it gets some rest here pretty soon coming up. You think that's something that'll help or hurt you guys having the lull, the week off there in between games?
I think it'll help because with the whole situation, I think I'm going to get to see them a little more in practice situations, and we're going to definitely keep inter-squad, so we're going to keep having game-like situations at practice. So we're going to keep it up, and there's not going to be a lull. You can trust me on that. Hopefully, the rain that I think we're supposed to have later next week, hopefully that's going to stay out, so we can get as much in as possible next week and in the next week, because we got the games next weekend, and then the next weekend's the week that we got off. So hopefully we can get in as much, like I said, game-like situations as possible.
I got you, Coach. Hey, good luck with this game. Appreciate your time. Thank you. DP, back to you.
Thanks, Justin. That's head coach Kevin Barnett. Trent Turner at the plate. Kobe Williams was hit by the pitch, went down to first base. Now Trent Turner doubled his last at-bats, got a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Foul that one off. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the third inning, one of the things, Jay, we talked about, in the pregame, Justin talked to both coaches about it as far as the kids settling in, get past those nerves, get past those butterflies as that ball's fouled out of play. At this point, are we just playing 90 feet bases, 60 feet, 6 inches pitching mound, and we just playing baseball?
You're just playing baseball now, man. The nerves have all settled in. You're just playing a game that you love to play, that you grew up playing. Yeah, you're just out here having a big time. When you go back to the dugout, you might think about it a little bit as you look at all those seats, out there. But right now, you're just playing baseball, the game that you love.
And it is a fun game, and that's one of the things. Not real sure. I thought they said foul ball because the batter started to go to first on the thing, but then they're saying, I guess not. Oh, I know what they're saying. It was strike 3, but he couldn't go down because the base was occupied. The runner did advance, though, on the wild pitch. So now you've got a runner at second base with 1 out. Tyler Rachel comes to the plate. He singled his last at-bat, picked up the RBI with the run scored for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the first inning. Zach Carter turns and looks the runner back to second. Kobe Williams has 22 stolen bases on the season. Kid likes to run, which you would expect out of a leadoff hitter and a center fielder. There's a called strike on the outside part of the plate.
I believe we talked about in our pregame, he has 33 runs scored. I may have scored another one here in this game, but that's pretty impressive for a leadoff hitter in high school baseball.
He hadn't scored. He actually no, he didn't score. I had to stop and think. Who did score the run for them? That's right, too. The run was scored by Trent Turner. Kobe Williams struck out his first at-bat.
So he has 33 runs scored.
So
that's impressive.
That's what you want your leadoff hitter to do.
Get on base.
Yeah.
And you can just tell, watching him run the bases, prepare to take this next play, you can just tell he's a good base runner.
Fouled off right side, high. Count stays no balls, 2 strikes. Pirates won't play again until Friday night. They'll play St. Andrews Friday night, then they'll play Germantown Saturday. And that ends the regular season. Only 2 games remaining. The 0-2 pitch. Swings and foul tips, but hung on to by Zach Prince for strike 3. And Zach Carter records his 4th strikeout of the night. And now there are 2 outs for Tyler Cox. He grounded out to shortstop his first at-bat, hitting .470 on the season.
It's a nice pitch by Carter. He just burned off the black, and if he made contact with that, it would have really been just a dinker back to the pitcher.
Great play by Nick Lawrence at third base, diving to knock it down, comes up with it, throws a strike across the diamond and gets the out. And that ends the inning for the Bulldogs. They'll get no runs on no hits, no errors. 1 left. We played 3 complete. Scores tied at 1. Back in a moment on the Pirate Media Network.
In real life, there's no magic get-out-of-jail card. So if you're accused of a crime, you'll need a good lawyer. Coxwell & Associates. Your voice for justice.
Fact, Heron Gear Toyota saw major hail damage. Fact, insurance adjusters claim thousands on dents and dings so small you can hardly see them. Fact, Heron Gear must discount these vehicles by thousands. Get the insurance cash, get the discount, get your Toyota and save at Heron Gear Toyota.
Serving Mississippi since 1967, Mississippi Bonding Company is prepared to help in your time of need. Our agents are the quickest, most efficient, and most educated bail bonds agents in the area. We use state-of-the-art computer equipment and services to process all applications, credit cards, and deliver the necessary documents to get your friends and family released as quickly as possible. All jails, all courts, statewide and nationwide service, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. In trouble? Call Mississippi Bonding Company right now and let our professional agents help.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network in My 35. Jay and I were talking about it. A great saving play to end the inning. Jay, walk us through this replay.
If you just take a look at the replay, Nick Lawrence does exactly what a third baseman is supposed to do. Sell out, make an incredible play, stop a run, and end the inning right there. If that ball gets through, Brandon takes the lead. But he gives his guys an opportunity to come off the field and put the sticks back in their hand and maybe an opportunity to take the lead here.
Good opportunity here indeed. Zach Carter will lead off. Will be followed by Zach Prince, Dalton Sullivan, and Nick Lawrence if one of those should reach. Zach grounded out to third, his first at bat. Takes that pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Zach threw his 3 innings of work, 47 pitches. Whitfield threw 3 innings of work, 35 pitches. So both pitchers working pretty good. There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Zach 33 strikes, 14 balls. Whitfield 35 pitches was 26 strikes, 9 balls. So very good around the strike zone for both guys. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Zach Carter.
And Whitfield only giving up 1 hit, and the Pearl Pirate batters are still struggling to deal with his sidearm motion. That curveball, he is dominating with it. You see the strikeout right there, and they're kind of bailing toward third base every time he comes at him, and he's breaking it across the outside corner, and they're not going to be able to reach that when they're bailing toward third base.
Zach Prince singled his first at bat. It was a bunt single, so it wasn't one of those that you hit a gap and make a really good solid single. It was a bunt single, and you know, some people might say it should be charged as an error on Whitfield because he tried to get it, come up with it, and he just couldn't get the ball in his glove. I'm of the opinion on a play like that, you'd hard to charge an error against a pitcher on that type play. Now, if it goes down, that's the only hit of the ball game. Somebody says, well, should you change that to an error, give him the no-hitter?
You're the official scorer. We'll go with you.
That's ball 2 to Zach Prince. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Up and in for a ball. 3-0 the count as he's quickly behind in the count now to Zach Prince. .30 pitch. Hit to right side, high and over the head of the second baseman into right center field for a base hit, and that eliminates whatever no-hitter might have been there anyway now.
And that was a 3-0 pitch, and I like the aggressiveness. Most coaches are going to have your kids holding that bat on their shoulder at 3-0 looking to get that walk, and it's good for his teammates to see that. A good swing. The pitcher had to come in with a fastball. We used to call it a meatball, and he ripped it right over the second baseman's head.
Got a courtesy runner at first base for the catcher. Didn't catch his number when he went over there. We'll try to get that for you as soon as we can. That's Kenny Thomas, number 18, is the courtesy runner. Fly ball right side, foul ground. Chasing it over there is Tony, and it'll run out of real estate before it gets to the ball. No balls, 1 strike to count.
You can see why Whitfield is 5-0 with that 2.49 ERA starting this game. But he pitches a little bit backward. Most high school pitchers throw fastballs to set up curveballs. He throws curveballs to set up his fastball. A little bit different, but you got to do what works for you. And he has 2 very good pitches as a high school pitcher.
Interesting time to throw over. Kenny Thomas had his foot firmly planted on the bag when he made that pickoff attempt. Now Kenny goes, swings and misses, strike 3. Going to throw down and safe on a stolen base. Dalton Sullivan will strike out, but Kenny Thomas will get the stolen base. Let's take a look at what that looked like.
There you can see the catcher did his job, did all he could do, just a good jump. But you can also see with the batter there, again, just bailing out toward third base on that curveball.
Nick Lawrence swings at the first pitch. No balls, 1 strike to count. Good jump by Kenny Thomas, and really handed to him for getting that jump after an immediate throw over the prior time the pitcher had the ball in his hand. Threw over without even Kenny taking the lead, and he still gets a pretty good jump.
And he is he's the courtesy runner, so Coach pulled him right off the bench knowing that he is probably a good base runner, so he did his job there, which right now you just want to put a run up. So right now, big time for a base hit.
Pearl Pirate batters notoriously like to crowd the plate. The umpire just borrows Nick Lawrence's bat and uses the handle of it and draws a line. Says this is the inside of the batter's box. Don't come inside of it.
And I don't know that I've seen that since Little League.
Now the 0-2 pitch. Swings and misses at that wicked breaking ball that Jay referred to, and that'll end the inning. The Pirates get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We've played 3.5. We're tied at 1. Back in a moment on the Pirate Media Network.
Harvey's Fish Hut is located on the corner of Airport Road and Old Whitfield Road in Pearl, Mississippi. Harvey's prides itself on having the best fried catfish in the metro area, as well as tasty pan trout. Harvey's Fish Hut only serves quality Mississippi farm-raised catfish. Dine-in or carry-out, Harvey's Fish Hut is always served hot and fresh, open Monday through Saturday for both lunch and dinner. So stop by and see Willie Harvey at Harvey's Fish Hut on the corner of Airport Road and Old Whitfield Road, or call to place your order at 601-939-6262. 601-939-6262.
Mississippi Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center is the state's leading full-service orthopedic specialty practice.
Injuries can happen to anyone. Your orthopedic problem deserves the care and attention that only an experienced orthopedic specialist can provide.
If an athletic injury does occur, our 14 board-certified, fellowship-trained specialists offer many alternatives of care, from clinical examination, physical therapy, medical treatments, all the way to surgical repair.
Mississippi Sports Medicine, now 3 locations in the metro area.
Welcome back to Pro Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network and our viewing audience on WUFX My 35. Go to the bottom of the 4th inning, a 1-1 ball game. Jay, is this what you expected to see tonight?
I did, with both pitchers, probably the aces of the staff. Of course, Brandon can pick from about 3 or 4 of those guys, as we talked about in pregame. But Colby Whitfield has been as advertised. Zach Carter has done a good job. The defenses have played very well, especially that last play in the inning there, Nick Lawrence. Just a super job there at third base for the Pirates. But this is pretty much what I expected. I expected something a little bit low scoring. 5 hits between the two teams, 1 error. Both teams have played very well.
Colby Whitfield will lead off. He'll be followed by Elijah Parker and Kurt Toney here in the bottom of the 4th for the Bulldogs. First pitch up and in for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to count. I think one of the keys now is how long these pitchers will be able to go tonight. At what point fatigue might start to come in. That one's foul tip. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Carter has 4 strikeouts. Whitfield has 5. Neither pitcher's walked a batter. Zach Carter has hit 1 batter. Both pitchers have been charged with a wild pitch tonight. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swings and misses. 79 on the gun here at Trustmark Park. Over the last year or so, I've had a couple of scouts mention that our gun here at Trustmark Park may be a little bit slow. I've heard as much as 3 miles per hour slow. So our radio guy for the Mississippi Braves just automatically adds 3 to whatever number comes up there. We get to hear him in our PA booth down the way during the broadcast, and it's just an automatic. If it says 80, he says 83. If it says 90, he says 93.
Well, if I'm pitching, I like that guy.
Now Zach Prince had taken his helmet off and was doing something, adjusting something. Now he's going to walk out and talk to Zach Carter. Don't know if there's some communication issue between a pitcher and a catcher. I'm looking down at watching Justin Bennett, our what do we call him? Our man on the street, man on the concourse, kind of roaming around looking for potential suspects. There's a call, strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. 5th strikeout for Zach Carter, and that'll bring Elijah Parker to the plate. Elijah Parker singled his first at bat, one of the 3 hits for the Bulldogs tonight.
If I remember right from my football, Elijah Parker caught a few passes from Gardner Minshew.
Popped up near the dugout, and Dalton Sullivan comes over and has enough room and makes the catch and records the out. And that's something, a play like that seems kind of routine, but that's one of the things when you're in a strange place that's a little tougher, because how much room do I have? I just stepped from this plush grass onto this gravelly warning track, and how much, that's a little different scenario.
And in most cases, coaches will walk their first baseman and their third baseman out to the line, to the chalk line, and make them look back toward the dugout and get a sense of that before the ball game ever starts. Just to look at that and see how much space there is, and know that in most cases you know, especially when it happens over on your side, your guys in the dugout are going to be talking to you. But that third baseman tonight, he's going to get total silence on the Brandon dugout.
Zach Carter quickly ahead, 0-2 in the count. Goes away with this one, doesn't get him to chase it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I loved his first 2 pitches. First one was outside corner, second one was inside corner. Just worked him both ends of the plate. Now with a 1-2 count, see if what he comes back and attacks with. Fastball low, 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Actually, it was a changeup, I guess.
And Carter's had control of all of his pitches tonight. He's been able to throw the breaking ball for strikes. Love how he's worked the fastball in and out. He's had the Brandon hitters guessing a little bit here tonight as well.
Now the 2-2 pitch. Hit line drive. Alex Hutton times his jump perfectly and catches it on the line and ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base after 4 complete. Pearl and Brandon tied at 1. Back in a moment on the Pirate Media Network and My 35.
At Cowboy Maloney's, we're celebrating IRS. That's an inventory reduction sale with guaranteed lowest prices, 24 months interest-free financing, or our new no credit check financing.
LED TVs from $89. Mattress and foundation, twin size, only $149.
At Cowboy Malone's, we have a stainless steel washer from $299 and a hamper door dryer for $299.
Chest freezers from $169. Frost-free refrigerators, $399.
Jackson on I-55 north and near the Coliseum. Flowood, Clinton, Vicksburg, and now in Pearl.
Pearl Stamp and Sign is now Sign Mart. Our name has changed, but not our great service. For over 20 years, we have been your #1 hometown retailer in custom stamps, signage, and marketing products. Now we are growing and want to take you with us. Whether you have an event, starting a new business, or wish to expand your existing business, Sign Mart is committed to helping you meet your design and marketing needs. Come see the friendly staff at Sign Mart on Pearson Road in Pearl and make your mark in the business world.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network in My 35. We've got a replay of that great play by Alex Hutton.
And ball just cued right off the end of the bat. Little line drive shot right to Alex Hutton. Alex Hutton makes the play to end the inning.
First pitch to Jimmy Boyd in for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike to count. Be Jimmy Boyd, Hunter Allen, Phelan Smith. And if one of those should reach, Parker Thurman. Swing and a miss, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Now the 0-2 pitch, gets a piece of it. No, they said he didn't. It's just a strike 3 on a wild pitch. He goes down to first base. So it'd be a strikeout credited for the pitcher, but he's on the wild pitch as Jimmy chased the curveball down in the dirt. And Pirates get a base runner. Hunter Allen steps back into the batter's box, reached on an error his first at bat.
One of the things I'd like to see the Pirates do right now, Whitfield, we talked about, has a dominant curveball, and he's throwing it really out of the zone. I would like to see him become a little more patient and let that pitch that's outside go and just make him come back into the zone a little bit so they can put the ball in play.
Foul that one off. No balls, 1 strike to count. Now the 0-1 pitch. Boyd with his lead. Said he went around. Jimmy's going to go all the way to third on the pitch. He tried to check his swing, but he went around. And I'm thinking that's a pass ball. Looked to me like it should have been caught, so it's a pass ball on the catcher. And Jimmy Boyd was going to second, and since the catcher was just kind of taking his time, goes all the way to third. Coach Hester's going to come out. He wants to know what's up with that. And he's asking his catcher, but a part of it's for the umpire because he's thinking it might have been a foul tip or something happened. So,
well, and that's a play where Colby Whitfield, the pitcher, has to do a good job of letting his catcher know where the baseball is. No doubt Will Harvey behind the plate was kind of lost when the ball got into the dirt. And Whitfield never said anything to him, so he was kind of lost there, and the runner was allowed to go all the way around to third base.
And heads-up base running by the Pirates to take advantage of what's given to them and go ahead and get that runner at third base with nobody out. And now the key will be, can Hunter Allen do something to deliver him to the plate? The infield will come in. Coach Hester makes his way back to the dugout. And now the 0-2 pitch, low for a ball. Interesting now, of course, Jimmy Boyd reached on a strikeout wild pitch, now goes to third on a pass ball. So it'd be interesting if the Pirates can try to capitalize on this. There's another one down in the dirt. Good job by the catcher, Harvey, to block that one up, though. Now the 2-2 pitch. Swings and misses, strike three. Kind of chased another one down in the dirt.
Pretty sure he was guessing curveball there. And he got a little bit of a fastball on the outer part of the plate and just swung through it.
Phelan Smith, right fielder, steps in. One out now with that runner at third base. Swings through a fastball at 81 miles an hour. Parker Thurman's on deck. Came back, and that's just not fair. You get a fastball that you swing through, and then you come back and he pulls the hook, pulls the string on you with a breaking pitch.
And the only thing you're trying to do here as a hitter is try to put the ball in play. The infield's playing up. That raises your average immediately. All you're trying to do is choke up and make a little contact here.
No balls, 2 strikes. He does pop it up, though, but to first baseman, so no chance for Jimmy Boyd to go anywhere. And now you've got 2 outs with that runner at third. It'll be up to Parker Thurman to deliver him to the plate.
And that's just a good pitch by Whitfield. He put it right in on his hands, a fastball. Probably at that point somebody is guessing curveball because he's been so dominant with it. But 2 pitches that he's needed to make this inning have been fastballs in on the hands.
Parker's 0 for 2. He struck out in the first, hit a deep fly ball to left center in the third. And Parker's going to try to bunt. The pitch goes up at his head, and Whitfield's just going to grab it and tag him out. Parker tried to lay something down and surprise him. And the pitcher, Whitfield, did what you're supposed to when you see a guy square to bunt, throw it at him, and he did, and Parker just fought it off. That ends the inning and the threat for the Pirates. No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left. After 4 1/2, 1-1, your score. Back in a moment on the Pirate Media Network and My 35.
It's easy to have concerns about your cooling and heating system in the middle of summer, especially when you live in the Deep South. My friends at Hermetic Rush Services recommend you let them take away these worries when you call Hermetic Rush Services at 601-932-7874 for all your residential and commercial cooling and heating needs. You'll feel smarter from the shoulders up and a whole lot more comfortable head to toe. Hermetic Rush Services, where Rush is our middle name. Call them today, 601-932-7874.
What time is it? Time for carpooling. Time for working. Time for football practice. Time for cheerleader practice. Time for homework. Time for grocery shopping. Time for cooking. Time out. At the Face and Body Center, we know that your time doesn't always include time for you. Take a time out for yourself and discover all the possibilities waiting for you at the Face and Body Center in Flowood, Mississippi.
Bottom of the 5th inning at Trustmark Park. Nope, not the Mississippi Braves. It's the Pearl Pirates and the Brandon Bulldogs doing battle here tonight. And a battle it is. 1 run on 2 hits for the Pirates. 1 run on 3 hits for the Bulldogs. It'll be Gage Tier, Bo Key, and Colby Williams due up for the Bulldogs facing Zach Carter. Foul tip. No balls, 1 strike to count. This is exactly the kind of game that most people would hope you would see in one like this. You see something that both teams come out and really go hard at it. There's a little soft, lazy little line drive to Alex Hutton at second base. 1 out in the inning for Bo Key.
Next up the Bulldogs, number 7, Jackson Mitchell.
Called strike on the outside corner. I want to check back in with Justin Bennett. He is caught up with athletic director and head football coach for Brandon, Brad Peterson. Justin?
Coach, really cool atmosphere tonight. Great opportunity for these guys to come out and play. How you feel about, the opportunity that you guys have and really kind of what's going on here at Trustmark Park tonight?
First of all, it is a great deal to be able to come out here
DeSalvo and Jim Bishop and those guys, we're so appreciative they let us do this tonight. It's something these guys will never forget. You know, I mean, I think any time as coaches, whether it's football, baseball, or whatever, if we get an opportunity to go to a college campus or to a professional ballpark, you know, I think we have to take opportunities like that because, again, it's something our kids will never forget.
Good base hit up the middle there for Kobe Williams. I want to back up real quick before we go back to Coach Peterson because a fantastic play by Sullivan down the foul line, first base line to chase down that pop-up and make the out. And then base hit there by Kobe Williams, and now that brings to the plate Trent Turner. Go ahead, Justin.
Coach, this is a really good team you got here at Brandon. You guys came out, lost your first 2 games of the season, and really have just been unstoppable since then. You know, these guys, do you think it helps with the state championship and everything being at this ballpark for them to go ahead and have an opportunity to play here and get some of those jitters out, if you will?
It is.
Another base hit down the third baseline. Advances runner to second base. Now you got runners at first and second with 2 outs.
Those first pitch hits are messing us up here. But, yeah, I think it gives them a great opportunity. But at the same time, if you're playing in a state championship game, you're still going to have those jitters. So, you know, but it does help to know the atmosphere, to know the layout, to know where the dugouts are, you know, be able to go down in them and be a part of it. So, yeah, it definitely helps. But, you know, we're still a long ways from that point. You know, you got to be good and you got to be lucky. Lucky from an injury standpoint, especially in the game of baseball because of your pitchers and, you know, so it's still a tough road in front of us as well as Pearl and everybody else. I mean, it's just it's who gets hot at the right time.
That's right, Coach. Kind of turning the page. Spring practice starts in a couple weeks. We watched you guys play a tough game against South Panola for a state championship. Came out not on the side we wished you to come out on. You guys will kind of reload, come back out. You guys looking forward to that and what lies ahead for you this spring?
Yeah, we are. You know, it's a situation where you go into spring.
Got a ground ball to the shortstop on the hop. Good play there by Jimmy Boyd to throw the out and in it. We're going to keep it right here real quick and then let Justin wrap up this interview with Coach Peterson.
And your biggest thing is you're worried about all your players, but you're really worried about the players you lost, replacing them. You know, I don't think it's as important. Our 3 returning offensive linemen, they may not get near as many reps as those other guys competing for those other 2 spots. Same thing with us this spring will be all about developing a backup quarterback. Minshew will get a lot of work, but our backups will get a lot because we got to figure out who that guy is because I think you got 3 weeks that you don't have to worry about a game that you better get guys ready because at some point next year, somebody else is going to have to play quarterback for us. I hope it's not permanent, but I don't think a coach can sit there and say, use an excuse somebody got hurt because I can promise you somebody's going to get hurt for us next year. And we got to have prepared our backups that are ready to get in and play, and we can't use that as an excuse. And that, to me, that's what spring's about.
Yeah. Thanks, Coach. DP, back to you.
Thanks, Justin, and thanks to head coach Brad Peterson, athletic director for Brandon Bulldogs. I'll try to take us a quick break, and then we'll catch you up on the action. Actually, they're ready to go, so we're going to keep it right here. We'll try to catch up on that break we missed out, but I wanted us to keep going there with Coach Peterson. Now we go here to the top of the 6th inning, and Alex Hutton will be leading off. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Jay, you were commenting a little bit about a couple of those hits against Zach and something you observed.
Well, Zach Carter did a good job of getting out of that inning. First off, he had to make a pitch and got the ground ball and got out of it. But the 2 balls that were hit really hard were balls that were up in the zone. And Brandon's hitters laced those balls in for base hits and had runners in scoring position, opportunity to take the lead. But the Pearl defense and Zach Carter did their job and got out of the inning, and we're still tied at 1.
Alex Hutton gets a leadoff single here in the top of the 6th on a little seeing eye ball just out of reach of the third baseman, too deep in the hole for the shortstop. And now Zach Carter steps to the plate with a runner at first base. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th of a 1-1 ball game. Pulls back and takes a called strike. Throw over to first to keep Alex close. Got a piece of that one, so strike two. There's a fly ball foul back up into the sweets. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes.
We gave you a lot of the impressive stats in the pregame of Colby Whitfield, but he is a senior. He's 6'1", 190 pounds, and throws it, as we said, from the side. Man, he is a good pitcher.
Carter fouls another one off. Zach 0 for 2. He grounded to third and struck out so far tonight. Now late innings, top of the 6th. Pirates trying to figure out a way to get a run in. Misses low for ball. Kind of interesting to me that we didn't start off with a sac bunt with Alex Hutton getting the leadoff single, put a sac bunt on and go ahead and get that runner into scoring position.
In a 1-1 game, runs are precious, and as coaches, of course, we're not going to tell these guys how to coach their game, but I agree with that, man. You want to do your best to put the pressure on the defense. Go ahead and get that runner down to second, where the ball gets into the outfield almost anywhere. That runner's going to have the opportunity to score.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Wild pitch, well away. Zach Carter watches it go by for ball 2, and Alex Hutton jogs down to second base. Now, had you done the sac bunt, that same that he's at third base.
Correct, and we've talked about how dominant his curveball has been there, but he tried to break off and really snap it off there, held on to it a little bit too long and threw it to the fence.
Now 2-2 count to Zach Carter. Chopper to the third baseman. He's going to take it on the hop. He's going to throw it to first. He didn't look the runner back. Gets past the third baseman. First baseman to the fence. And that's going to allow the run to score. Alex Hutton scores. It's going to be a throwing error by the third baseman.
And that's what we talk about right there. Just being able to put the ball in play. Make the Brandon defense make plays. We know they've done a good job all year of fielding and throwing the baseball around. But in a tight game 1-1, you want to see them have to field the baseball and have to make a throw. That ball was cued down to third base, had a lot of spin on it, and he had a hard time getting it out of his glove. Saw that the runner was very close. He threw it and threw it wildly.
Zach Prince, 2 for 2. Takes the first pitch for a call strike. Zach had a bunt single back in the second inning. Then hit a line drive single in the 4th inning. Now if he could do that again, he could possibly bring Zach Carter in. Ground ball left side. Third baseman having to make another play. This time throws it high again, but that first baseman able to get his foot back down on the bag. And interesting there, too, that Zach Carter was going to third on the play even though the ball was hit there in front of him.
Looks like he came up limping a little bit.
And that's not what you want to see if you're a Pirate fan. Zach Carter trying to walk something off down the third baseline. 1 out in the inning, though, with a runner now, though, at third base. Dalton Sullivan comes to the plate, and the infield's coming in, but I'd still love to see at least a safety squeeze. Doesn't have to be a suicide, but at least a safety. Also something interesting right now, Zach Carter's the pitcher. You can courtesy run for him without costing you a ding. And especially with him limping, I want somebody else running the base out there for him right now. Now the 1-0 pitch. High, call strike. Thought it might have been a little up, but not too much. Dalton Sullivan fairly tall. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
It's been a pretty wide open strike zone for both teams, which you like to see in a high school baseball game.
Grounder to the right side. Second baseman picks it up. It's going to throw to the plate. Sliding in. Called him out. Coach Barnett's hustling in to talk to the umpire. He does not believe that call. I'm not sure I believe it either, but it doesn't matter because he's called out. Good play by the second baseman to throw it in. Let's take a look, see what the replay shows.
Well, I think if you just watch his hand, he gets his hand in before the tag ever takes place. Most of his body, if you can stop that, yeah, you can see that his hands get in there before the tag is placed all the way up on his back. Bad call there by the home plate umpire.
Either way, it's going to be recorded as an out. Dalton Sullivan will be at first base on the fielder's choice. Now there's 2 outs. And an 0-2 count quickly to Nick Lawrence. liked the decision to send him. I think you had the right call there, just didn't work out. And now Dalton Sullivan got hung up in the middle, and the throw down not in time. He'll get credit with a delayed steal.
I like the aggressiveness. I'm like you. I like sending him there.
Yeah.
And when the kid does his job, you know, that's all. If you get out, you get put out. I mean, but, man, what a precious run that would have been for the Pirates.
Give you a little bit of insurance going to the bottom of the sixth. Right now we're in the top of the sixth, 2 outs. A 1-run game. Ground ball left side, slow roller. Shortstop's got to hurry on the play, picks it up, throws it in time to get the out. And that'll end the inning. The Pirates will get 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error, 1 man left on base. We've played 5 1/2. Pearl leads 2-1. Back in a moment on the Pirate Media Network.
Pearl Stamp and Sign is now Sign Mart. Our name has changed, but not our great service. For over 20 years, we have been your #1 hometown retailer in custom stamps, signage, and marketing products. Now we are growing and want to take you with us. Whether you have an event, starting a new business, or wish to expand your existing business, Sign Mart is committed to helping you meet your design and marketing needs. Come see the friendly staff at Sign Mart on Pearson Road in Pearl and make your mark in the business world.
Is the thought of losing your vehicle or your home keeping you up at night? Are bill collectors harassing you and your family? Are you drowning in student loan debt or taxes? It's not your fault. I know you're doing all you can to make ends meet. Bankruptcy was created to protect you and your family. I'm attorney Frank Coxwell. I can help you get the relief you need. Call me for a free consultation at 601-948-4450.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirate Baseball. I want to go back to Justin where he's got Coach Brad Peterson with a message. Justin?
Coach Peterson's got a message here. I'm going to let him deliver it.
While we were doing our talk a while ago, Coach Perry beeped in or texted in, you know. I just want to say hello to my good friend John Perry. I looked for him all over the stadium tonight. I figured he would be here in support, but Coach Perry's nowhere to be found. No, I'm just kidding. He's really not here, but he did have powerlifting today, so I guess we're going to give him an excuse tonight. So, Coach Perry, I guess you can shoot me another text, but just want to say hello.
All right, great. Thanks, Justin. And this, Jay, the relationship, and I've seen it multiple times between Coach Perry and Coach Peterson is it's priceless. They've known each other since they were at Kosciuszko in Louisville. So they go back, and there was some rivalries there. And, of course, the rivalry doesn't get any bigger than Pearl Brandon. And these are 2 football coaches that want to beat each other's brains in on the field. But when they get off the field, they're good friends.
They are. And the thing that you love about this, it's a rivalry, but it's still community.
Right.
You know, and when these coaches go at each other like that, it's all in fun. But, you know, they get out on the football field, the baseball diamond, the basketball court. They do. They want to beat each other's brains in. But then after it's all over with, there'll be a little smack talk going on. But then, you know, ultimately we're friends. We're in the same opportunity to coach baseball, coach football, and just be good neighbors.
First pitch to Tyler Cox, grounded straight back up through the box for a base hit. That is the 6th hit for the Bulldogs tonight. Puts a base runner with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th for Colby Whitfield, the pitcher. Whitfield struck out twice tonight against his counterpart, Zach Carter. Pirates take a lead in the top of the 6th, so here in the bottom, the Brandon Bulldogs will try to see if they can answer. 2-1 the score. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes it, and bounces off the mid of Zach Prince, and the runner will advance without him having to lay down the bunt. As he'll go down on the pass ball by Zach Prince. And I think that's one that Zach Prince just took his eye off of as it came to the mid.
He may have had the eye down on the runner at first base. The runner on first base was bouncing around a good bit like he was wanting a little action down there, and that may have distracted him a bit.
1-0 pitch is fouled off out of play. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. That one misses high for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Kobe Whitfield. Hitting .349 on the season. Has got some pop in his bats. Hit 2 home runs on the season. Now the 2-1 pitch. Popped up, foul, out of play. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And you can tell the swing that Whitfield's taking right now. He's trying to hit the ball to the right side. He's trying to move that runner from second to third. He's doing everything in his power to hit it to the opposite field.
Now the 2-2 pitch. Carter looks back at second. Delivers. Inside corner, call, strike 3. Good pitch by Zach Carter to get the out, and that'll bring Elijah Parker to the plate, the right fielder. Hitting .438 on the season. Singled in the second. Popped up in foul territory to first base in the 4th.
Zach Carter said, Mr. Whitfield, you have a good curveball, but let me introduce you to my curveball there. As he sent him back to the dugout packing.
Call strike to Elijah Parker. Now the 0-1 pitch. Down a little low for a ball. Now you mentioned Elijah Parker, that you've called his name out in another sport before.
Little football. Coach Peterson was talking about Gardner Minshew. Pretty sure that Elijah Parker caught a few of those footballs from one of the top sophomore quarterbacks. Of course, he'll be a junior this year, but one of the best sophomore quarterbacks I've seen.
Grounded right side in the gap into right field. Phelan Smith's going to come up. The runner's coming to the plate. Here comes the throw. Going to cut it off. That'll keep the runner at first base. And that's a good play to cut off because they had no play at the plate. So Elijah Parker delivers the RBI single into right field. And the Bulldogs tie the game in the bottom of the 6th, 2-2. And that'll bring Kurt Toney, the first baseman, to the plate. Yeah, we saw a little bit of that Gardner Minshew show. Of course, when they played Pearl, they pretty much just ran the ball straight up the middle on us and dominated the offensive line for the Bulldogs, dominated our defensive front, and there wasn't much we could do with it that night, unfortunately. They're a really good ball club. And I was at the state championship game at Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium. In my book, they outplayed South Padola that night. They just didn't get the points on the board. A couple of key mistakes that really hurt them that night.
I agree, but we'll give credit there to Elijah Parker. He was going to move that runner as well, and he did a good job of just poking that ball between the second baseman and the first baseman to score the run, pick up the RBI.
Kurt Toney takes the first pitch for a called strike on the inside part of the plate. Parker at first base. It's a tie game now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Parker goes, ground ball left side. It's going to be picked up by the shortstop. Only play to first. He makes it and gets the out. Almost a dangerous one, though, because Jimmy Boyd was going to cover the bag on the stolen base, but luckily he hadn't gotten too far, and the ball comes straight to him. He's able to pick it up and make the play.
And the key to making that play is relax. If you rush it, chances are that ball, you're going to bobble it, and then you're going to airmail it to the first baseman.
Gage Tier takes a call, first strike. Popped up to the catcher in foul ground earlier and lined out to second. 0 for 2 tonight. Takes that one up for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Zach Carter not lost a lot of velocity on that one. That was about 83, 84 miles an hour. Still throwing hard here in the 6th inning.
Swing and a miss. Took a little off of that one. Got the changeup down in the zone, and he chased it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
About 10 or 11 miles an hour different from that fastball to that curveball.
And Jay, that's one of the things that I've heard a lot of pitching coaches talk about, and hitting coaches too, for that matter, that's one of the key things with a pitcher to make anything off speed, but especially a changeup, is the difference in the speed of it between the fastballs. Get a fastball at 1 speed, no matter what it is, but have that off speed, that changeup come in anywhere from 10 to 12 miles an hour slower, just as wicked.
That's what a pitching coach looks for, is about 10 miles an hour. If you can get 10 miles an hour, you're good. But if you can get 12, 13, it makes you even more dominant.
Fouled off right side, out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gage Tier playing third base, hitting .375 on the season. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Ball was over his head as he ducked it. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Zach reached back for that one and just let it get away from him a little bit.
and you hear that one coming. That's right at your ear.
Now the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off once again, hits the facade of the building and bounces down to a lucky fan, or unlucky, depending on your perspective, I guess. Two-two pitch coming from Carter once again. Breaking ball up over his head.
Carter looks to me like he may be getting a little bit tired. That curveball there and the one he threw right before it beginning to hang a little bit, getting up in the zone. He's taking a little more time between pitches. He may be getting a little bit tired now.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Misses high for a ball, and you're right, he left that one up again. That'll bring Bo Key to the plate, hitting .273, 0 for 2 tonight. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning of a 2-2 ball game. There's some activity down in the bullpen for the Pirates. Number 21 down to the bullpen for the Pirates. That's Hayden Moore getting loose. We've got a pinch hitter now coming in, and a courtesy runner. It's actually going to be a pinch runner as well for the Brandon Bulldogs. We'll try to get some changes here. Number 4 coming in to run for Tier at first base. He'll be a pinch runner. That's Morgan Robertson. And batting is number 7. That's Jackson Mitchell. So changes for Coach Hester as he tries to make something happen here in the bottom of the 6th. Few pitches now that we've seen Zach let go and get up. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Mitchell hitting .447 on the season.
His throwing motion through this inning has just been pretty free and easy, but now you can tell he's really starting to labor.
Now the 1-0 pitch, hit into the air center field. Parker Thurman moves over, now comes in a little bit, and will make the catch and record the out and end the threat. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. We've played 6 complete. Game's tied at 2. Back in a moment on the Pirate Media Network.
The Mississippi Braves.
Your Mississippi Braves are back home at Trustmark Park Monday, April 15th through Friday, April 19th. On Monday, April 15th, it's Make a Difference Monday, sponsored by Yogi on the Lake, Jellystone Park at 7 p.m. game. Tuesday, April 16th is a special day game at Trustmark Park at 11 a.m. start time. Wednesday, April 17th, same thing, another 11 a.m. start time at Trustmark Park, a special day game. It's Sports Marketing Day and Earth Day, sponsored by Magnolia Data Solutions. Thursday, April 18th is a 7 p.m. game. It's Thirsty Thursday, where you can get draft beer and soft drinks for only $1 a piece. It's also Tri-County Chamber Night and Chick-fil-A promotional night. And Friday, April 19th is another great big Friday night fireworks show at the ballpark at 7 p.m. start time. The Braves have many ticket packages still available, from full season ticket plans to mini ticket plans. Call 888-BRAVES-4, log on to MississippiBraves.com, or stop by the Trustmark Park box office for your tickets today.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network. We're going to go to the top of the 7th inning of a game tied at 2. We had some changes for the Bulldogs. We need to pick those up for you. See who's in left field and at third base, if they've re-entered the game. It looks like at third base, re-entering the game was going to be number 12 back in at third base. Got a ground ball to the second baseman. He's going to throw out Jimmy Boyd. He'll record that out. Robertson stays in to play left field. And Hunter Allen comes to the plate, swings and misses at the first pitch. No balls, 1 strike to count. Breaking ball in for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to count quickly. That misses for a ball, 1-0 the count. Jackson Mitchell stays in to play second base. And Trent Turner moved to third base. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Whitfield's going to field it, toss it to first, and record the out. That'll bring Phelan Smith to the plate. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Smith 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out, popped up to the first baseman. Takes that pitch low and inside for a ball. That's the 87th pitch for Colby Whitfield. A very good night for both pitchers tonight. That one low for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Zach Carter threw his 6 innings of work, 86 pitches, 60 strikes, 26 balls. Swing and a miss at an inside pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Call strike on the outside corner. 2-2 the count to Phelan Smith. 2 outs here on the top of the 7th, top of the order on deck, Parker Thurman. If Phelan could reach. Check swing, nope, went around. That'll be strike 3. And the Pirates go in order in the top of the 7th. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning, tied at 2 here on the Pirate Media Network and My 35.
Serving Mississippi since 1967, Mississippi Bonding Company is prepared to help in your time of need. Our agents are the quickest, most efficient, and most educated bail bonds agents in the area. We use state-of-the-art computer equipment and services to process all applications, credit cards, and deliver the necessary documents to get your friends and family released as quickly as possible. All jails, all courts, statewide and nationwide service, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. In trouble? Call Mississippi Bonding Company right now and let our professional agents help.
If you've got bad credit, and I mean bad credit, then you need to come see us at Auto House. We have late model used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Guaranteed bank financing with extended warranties available. We have low down payments with low monthly payments. So come see us at Auto House at 1274 Old Brandon Road, Flowood, Mississippi. But remember this, I don't care about your credit.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirate Baseball. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, tied at 2. Zach Carter still on the mound for the Pirates as he'll try to get the Bulldogs out one more time and see if we can do something in the extra innings. That'll be the only hope for the Pirates now through regulation. Pirates 2 runs on 3 hits. The Bulldogs 2 runs on 7 hits. The Bulldogs have committed 2 errors. However, all the runs that have scored have been earned runs to this point. And we'll see, as one thing we noticed the last inning or so is Zach getting a little bit wild, a little up a little bit in the zone. We'll kind of see what happens with that tonight. Colby Williams will be leading off. He'll be followed by Trent Turner, Tyler Rachel. Top of the order for the Brandon Bulldogs against Zach Carter. Fouled off by Colby Williams. No balls, 1 strike to count. Colby Williams, the center fielder, hitting .492. That pitch misses low for a ball. I think Justin's got Woody Barnett, athletic director for Pearl, trying to get a quick word from him here in the bottom of the 7th.
Coach Barnett, good game so far. How you feel about the guys being out here able to play at Trustmark Park?
Oh, this is a great experience for them. Kevin got that chance when he was playing for here, and it was just a great memory for him. And it is for these kids out here tonight. They'll remember this forever.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think it's great for both communities, Brandon and Pearl, to get to come out too.
It's a good crowd. I think a really good crowd for a high school baseball game. It is. It's a great thing for our Rankin County community.
Good deal. Thanks, Woody. DP, back to you.
Third baseman Trent Turner steps into the batter's box. After a ground out to second, Alex Hutton threw him out. That pitch misses high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Turner 2 for 3 tonight. Doubled in the first, singled in the fifth. He struck out in the third. Carter didn't like something there, so he steps off. Now get back on and regroup.
It was nice to see Colby Williams not get on base right there. It seems like he's been on base all night long.
And, of course, he's a dangerous base runner when he gets on, so you're exactly right. Now the 1-0 pitch. Fouled back. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike.
Not real sure there, but I think he was going for the left field fence right there. He took a mighty cut at that one.
Hasn't hit a home run this season, but he looks like he could. Now the 1-1 pitch. Grounded to the left side. Jimmy Boyd gets there, scoops, plants, throws, air mails everything up into the dugout. Be a throwing error by Jimmy Boyd. And almost had too much time on that one, and he took too much and just sailed it. That gives the Bulldogs the winning run in scoring position for Tyler Rachel. Meat of the order, 3, 4, 5 now coming up with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Breaking ball in for a call strike. No balls, 1 strike to count. Now, Jay, one thing about that breaking ball, just a lot of times you see a pitcher, when they start to fatigue, the breaking ball is what works the best.
And a lot of times the pitching coach will begin to call that and just let him get a little bit of confidence. There's a fastball that he tried to overthrow, and then he throws that one all the way to the backstop.
And that puts now the runner, unfortunately, at third base after the wild pitch. So now we'll see what Coach Hester elects to do with the winning run at third base. Coach Barnett's going to bring his infield in to the edge of the grass. The outfield's going to come in as well, because now anything over their head doesn't matter because it'll be deep enough for a sac fly. So all you want now is to pop up anything you can do to try to get that run out at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Tyler Rachel, the DH, at the plate. Good pitch for a call, strike 2. No, 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Well, if you're a pitcher right here, all you want is a strikeout. You just have to have a strikeout.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses just high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Yeah, because anything other than a strikeout could be ball game.
That's right. As a hitter, you're just thinking, put the ball in play.
2-2 pitch. Line drive straight to Jimmy Boyd, and a great reaction and a great play. Jimmy Boyd in on the edge of the grass. Means the ball getting there in a hurry, and he has a great reaction time and makes the play.
And that young man just made the error, but he's got to feel so good right now that he made a huge play. And if they can somehow get out of this inning, he's going to feel a whole lot better about himself.
Tyler Cox, the shortstop, steps in. 2 outs now with the runner at third. Infielder back up to normal depth. Inside pitch bounces off the glove of Zach Prince. The run's going to score. Does he? Safe. He's called safe at the plate. It's going to be a pass ball. It went off the mitt of Zach Prince. Turner's going to score on the pass ball, and that's going to end the ball game. The winning pitcher is going to be Colby Whitfield. The losing pitcher will be Zach Carter. No save in the game. Time of the game, 1 hour, 38 minutes. And Brandon wins the game. Pearl loses a heartbreaker on not much worse way to lose a game than that. But that will end the ball game, and the Brandon Bulldogs win by a score of 3-2. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have our post-game show. We'll have interviews from both coaches and our post-game show here on the Pirate Media Network and My 35.
Harvey's Fish Hut is located on the corner of Airport Road and Old Whitfield Road in Pearl, Mississippi. Harvey's prides itself on having the best fried catfish in the metro area, as well as tasty pan trout. Harvey's Fish Hut only serves quality Mississippi farm-raised catfish. Dine-in or carry-out, Harvey's Fish Hut is always served hot and fresh, open Monday through Saturday for both lunch and dinner. So stop by and see Willie Harvey at Harvey's Fish Hut on the corner of Airport Road and Old Whitfield Road, or call to place your order at 601-939-6262. 601-939-6262.
Unpredictable weather, unprecedented opportunity. Attention car, truck, and SUV buyers in Madison, Leake, Hines, Scott, and Rankin County. On Monday, March 18th, the Heron Gear Autoplex was hit by a major hailstorm. Insurance adjusters are now claiming thousands on hail-damaged vehicles, some with damage so minor you hardly know it's there. Heron Gear Autoplex will sacrifice these vehicles with thousands in emergency distress discounts. The damage is ours. Discounts are yours. Don't miss this one-time buying opportunity at the Heron Gear Autoplex in Jackson.
The Mississippi Braves.
Your Mississippi Braves are back home at Trustmark Park Monday, April 15th through Friday, April 19th. On Monday, April 15th, it's Make a Difference Monday, sponsored by Yogi on the Lake, Jellystone Park at 7 p.m. game. Tuesday, April 16th is a special day game at Trustmark Park at 11 a.m. start time. Wednesday, April 17th, same thing, another 11 a.m. start time at Trustmark Park, a special day game. It's Sports Marketing Day and Earth Day, sponsored by Magnolia Data Solutions. Thursday, April 18th is a 7 p.m. game. It's Thirsty Thursday, where you can get draft beer and soft drinks for only $1 a piece. It's also Tri-County Chamber Night and Chick-fil-A promotional night. And Friday, April 19th is another great big Friday night fireworks show at the ballpark at 7 p.m. start time. The Braves have many ticket packages still available, from full season ticket plans to mini ticket plans. Call 888-BRAVES-4, log on to MississippiBraves.com, or stop by the Trustmark Park box office for your tickets today.
What time is it? Time for carpooling. Time for working. Time for football practice. Time for cheerleader practice. Time for homework. Time for grocery shopping. Time for cooking. Time out. At the Face and Body Center, we know that your time doesn't always include time for you. Take a time out for yourself and discover all the possibilities waiting for you at the Face and Body Center in Flowood, Mississippi.
If you've got bad credit, and I mean bad credit, then you need to come see us at Auto House. We have late model used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Guaranteed bank financing with extended warranties available. We have low down payments with low monthly payments. So come see us at Auto House at 1274 Old Brandon Road, Flowood, Mississippi. But remember this, I don't care about your credit.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirates Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network. The Brandon Bulldogs have defeated the Pearl Pirates tonight by a score of 3-2 with a run scored on a pass ball in the bottom of the seventh inning. Justin's down on the field with head coach Stacy Hester. Justin?
Coach, great game tonight, and you got to be pleased with you guys and coming back and getting the win.
Well, first of all, I'm pleased for our kids, but let me tell you, Pearl came out, you know, with all the stuff Pearl had to go through this year, they're battlers. I mean, I give them a lot of credit. Those kids came out ready to play, and I give them a lot of credit. A lot of guys playing hard. Their heart's out tonight. Pitcher did a great job, and guys making great plays. But like I said, it's just a great high school baseball game. I mean, you know, look at our situation, you know, winning, you know, 20 out of the last 21. You know, we just playing well. But, you know, I loved our kids found a way to win at the end. That's what you try to do at the end of the season and getting ready for the playoffs. You know, when you have these big games, we've had some that, you know, win by 10 runs, or even today we had a big win against Richland, you know, 9-2. It's good to have these close games because the kids, you know, you get to playoffs, you're going to be most of the time close instead of a blowout. So give Kobe Whitfield a big congratulatory. He pitched great on the mound. We never had any intention of him going that long, but he did. This was the best game he's pitched in high school ever. So he did a great job, and, you know, just getting a break at the end. That's what happens in baseball. So our kids kept battling and played some good defense, you know, but it could have gone either way.
As we were talking kind of during the commercial break, you talked about this point in the season and both these teams playing their hearts out like this and what it does. Both these teams will go to the playoffs. Both these teams are number one seeds in their region. So how do you think this helps propel you guys, propel Pearl included? How does it help get you ready for the next chapter in the season?
Well, again, we as coaches don't like for our kids not to execute on some things. We had some kids on offense that didn't do some things. We asked them to do a few hit and runs that we didn't execute, a few things that we didn't, runners in scoring position. You want to see our kids do a good job of getting the runners in. But it just helps us because it gets us in that mindset of, hey, every game, every inning, every at-bat is so important. So when you get to the playoffs, every pitch, every at-bat, every ball that's hit, we got to do a good job and focus. That's the thing we're trying to get our kids to do. Is maybe focus on every pitch because, in the playoffs, I've been in it long enough to know that you could have a bad call, you could have a bad bounce, you could have one little thing that happened, lady luck on your side or not on your side. You just never know in baseball. It's just a game of – this is such a harder game to control like the other sports because there's so many little things can happen, sometimes out of your control. So, I tell people you got to be lucky. I mean, look, the catcher's been doing a great job all night, and the ball gets by him, and we score the winning run. So, again, it's just part of the game, and you hope that you're on that lucky end more than not. So, it was a great game.
Coach, I appreciate it. Congratulations and good luck the rest of the season. Thank you, sir. DP, back to you.
Thanks, Justin. That was head coach Stacy Hester for the Brandon Bulldogs. Now Justin will make his way over to the other side of the field and try to get the Pearl coach, Kevin Barnett, and a word with him. One of the things we haven't talked about yet is our PMN players of the game. We always award each of those each night. Tonight, our players of the game sponsors are Alumni House inside the Holiday Inn right behind us here at Trustmark Park, and Moss Creek Fish House, which is just right down the street right over here on Riverwind Drive. The defensive player of the game, Jay, I think a no-brainer. Zach Carter pitched an outstanding game. Just a great job tonight. He gave up 7 hits. He did give up three runs. 2 of those runs were earned. The last run, the winning run, an unearned run on the pass ball. But an outstanding performance by Zach Carter on the mound tonight, our PMN player of the game.
Pitched his heart out, did everything he could do. Got tired at the very end, but just a gutsy performance. And that's what you want from your ace. You want him to go out there and do the very best that he possibly can, and he gave the max effort here tonight.
And our offensive player of the game tonight will go to Zach Prince, even though he had the pass ball at the end. Zach Prince was 2 for 3 tonight at the plate, did score a run. So Zach Prince will get our offensive player of the game and did a good job at the plate tonight.
He did. The battery there worked well. The Zach and Zach attack, they did a good job of Prince called a good game. Carter pitched a good game. And those two guys are very deserving. And just encourage everybody, man, thank these sponsors. When you have a chance to hit the Alumni House in Moss Creek, both great spots to eat. Just say thank you to them for their sponsorship.
Again, the final line, the Pirates 2 runs on 3 hits. They committed 1 error. The Bulldogs 3 runs, 7 hits. They committed 2 errors. And now Justin is down on the field with head coach Kevin Barnett. Justin?
Coach, your guys played great tonight, fought hard. You had a great pitching performance from Zach Carter. Tough way to lose it there, but a great, you got to feel good about the way your guys played.
Definitely. Like I was telling the guys just a second ago, when we stepped on the bus, you could just tell it was a whole different ball team. The way they came on the bus, you could tell they were completely focused, they were intense, and they were ready to play ball, and it showed. When Carter came out, and I couldn't ask for anything more out of him. He came and pitched his heart out, and that's what's going to get us through the playoffs, performances like that, and guys stepping up on defense. I got to point out the one play with Nick Lawrence, hard hit ground ball, the diving play, and getting up and making the throw over the first. As a freshman coming in like that in that situation, that's what we got to have. These guys are, they're intense, and that's how we want to play the game. If they can do that, then we got a long road ahead of us.
You talk about that. You talk about the heart of this team. We've seen them step up time and time again. You got some young guys that this is kind of their first opportunity really to shine, and they're doing that. As you move forward, you take a tough loss tonight out of region. You've clinched your spot. You continue to move forward. How do you learn from this, especially with those young guys, to continue that positive growth?
I guess just for them, having the opportunity to come in and really taking advantage of it, and I think they've really done that, the guys that have gotten in there and gotten the playing time, and I think every day is a new step for them, a new adventure, and being able to learn something every day, and it's at their advantage because they're getting one extra year in than they thought they were going to get. So I think they're taking advantage of it coming up at their age and really playing ball to the best of their ability.
Coach, I appreciate a tough loss tonight, but we know we've got a rest of the season to play and playoffs coming around the corner. I appreciate your time. Thanks, Coach. DP, back to you.
Thanks, Justin. Head coach Kevin Barnett, as the Pirates fall on a tough one tonight by a score of 3-2 to the Brandon Bulldogs. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll give you some post-game stats and do a post-game wrap-up of tonight's game. You've been watching Pearl Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network in My 35.
Fact, Heron Gear Toyota saw major hail damage. Facts, insurance adjusters claim thousands on dents and dings so small you can hardly see them. Fact, Heron Gear must discount these vehicles by thousands. Get the insurance cash, get the discount, get your Toyota and save at Heron Gear Toyota.
Mississippi Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center is the state's leading full-service orthopedic specialty practice.
Injuries can happen to anyone. Your orthopedic problem deserves the care and attention that only an experienced orthopedic specialist can provide.
If an athletic injury does occur, our 14 board-certified, fellowship-trained specialists offer many alternatives of care, from clinical examination, physical therapy, medical treatments, all the way to surgical repair.
Mississippi Sports Medicine, now 3 locations in the metro area.
At Cowboy Maloney's, we're celebrating IRS. That's an inventory reduction sale with guaranteed lowest prices, 24 months interest-free financing, or our new no credit check financing.
LED TVs from $89. Mattress and foundation twin size only $149.
At Cowboy Malone's, we have a stainless steel washer from $299 and a hamper door dryer for $299.
Chest freezers from $169. Frost-free refrigerators $399.
Jackson on I-55 North and near the Coliseum. Flowood, Clinton, Vicksburg, and now in Pearl.
It's easy to have concerns about your cooling and heating system in the middle of summer, especially when you live in the Deep South. My friends at Hermetic Rush Services recommend you let them take away these worries when you call Hermetic Rush Services at 601-932-7874 for all your residential and commercial cooling and heating needs. You'll feel smarter from the shoulders up and a whole lot more comfortable head to toe. Hermetic Rush Services, where Rush is our middle name. Call them today, 601-932-7874.
Serving Mississippi since 1967, Mississippi Bonding Company is prepared to help in your time of need. Our agents are the quickest, most efficient, and most educated bail bonds agents in the area. We use state-of-the-art computer equipment and services to process all applications, credit cards, and deliver the necessary documents to get your friends and family released as quickly as possible. All jails, all courts, statewide and nationwide service, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. In trouble? Call Mississippi Bonding Company right now and let our professional agents help.
Welcome back to Pearl Pirate Baseball here on the Pirate Media Network. The Pirates lose to the Brandon Bulldogs tonight by a score of 3-2. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Pirates. They left 4 runners on base. Pearl was 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position tonight. The Brandon Bulldogs, 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. They left 7 runners on base. The Bulldogs were 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Some individual stats for the Pirates. Alex Hutton was 1 for 3 with a run scored. Zach Carter did get an RBI. I believe, if I remember right, it was on a hit by pitch or a walk that he got. I don't remember which one it was now. It was it actually reached on an error and got the RBI from that. Zach Prince was 2 for 3 with a run scored tonight, and that's the only hits for the Pirates. They did take up those 3 hits. For the Bulldogs in the hitting department, Williams was 1 for 3. Colby Williams. 2 for 4 was Trent Turner tonight with 2 runs scored. He also had a double early in the ball game. Tyler Rachel was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Tyler Cox was 1 for 3 with a run scored. And Elijah Parker 2 for 3 on the night with an RBI as well. That was the 7 hits for the Brandon Bulldogs. The pitching line first for Zach Carter went the distance, 6 2/3. Actually, the 7 innings pitch, 6 2/3 because we didn't get the final out in the 7th. He faced 30 batters, gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned. He walked walked 1, struck out 6. He had 7 hits. There was 1 double. Again, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. He did hit a batter, had 3 wild pitches, 98 pitches for Zach tonight, 67 strikes and 31 balls. For the other side, Kobe Whitfield goes the distance, gets the win, faced 27 batters, 2 runs, both earned. He gave up 3 hits. He did have 1 sac bunt against him, struck out 8, walked none. He did have 3 wild pitches, 91 pitches on the night for him. 69 strikes and 22 balls. That's your stats for both teams tonight. Jay and Justin both joining me here. Jay, first off, when you looked at this game tonight, we talked about it in the pregame, what to expect. Did you see tonight what you expected from these 2 ball clubs?
I expected with 2 very good pitchers going and just 2 very good baseball teams going a low-scoring game. And this is pretty much what we got. And neither team, Pearl, no need to hang your head.
Right.
You came in, you competed with the third-ranked team in the state in 6A baseball. You're set to go into the playoffs. You played very, very well. One of the things I'd say, they got to figure out how to put the ball in play just a little bit more. Those are some things you can work on this week. Brandon comes in, and a seasoned team. Coach Hester talked a little bit about it. Just having some seniors lead his team. Well, maybe senior leadership is what won it here tonight, and it's probably going to take them pretty deep into the playoffs would be my guess.
It definitely will. Of course, you talk about playing the third-ranked team in the state tonight, and literally came with a mistake or two of winning the ball game, getting a key hit somewhere, winning the ball game back early in the season. First game of the year, we played a top 3 team, and I think Northwest ranked either 3 or 4, and we played them that night and beat them. So Pearl has shown they can rise to the occasion when they need to. The key now as we leave this game, we go into a St. Andrews Friday night, a Germantown Saturday, and then a week off, and then you got playoffs. Can you take the intensity you play this type of game with, the intensity you played a Northwest ranking game with, and can you take that forward into the playoffs? Justin, you've seen this team a lot this year. Your thoughts on that? Whoops, we don't have Justin's microphone.
It's a hard thing.
There we go.
There we go. All right. It's a hard thing to do, but you've got to figure out a way to do it. Great teams rise to the occasion when they face great opponents, and that's something that you as a team have to continue to do. And I think, their ability to score runs, when they've got runners in scoring position, they've got to step up, and that's something that good teams do, and that's one thing that the Pirates have got to get better at. When they get a runner in scoring position, they have got to do whatever it takes to get those runs across the plate.
And they didn't do that tonight. We got a runner at third base at one point with nobody out, and we ended up stranding that runner at third base. And those are things, Jay, you and I talked about in the broadcast. You can't afford to do that.
You can't, and that will eat you alive when you hit playoff time, because most of those games are very close baseball games. You have to figure out when you get runners in scoring position, less than 2 outs, you got to figure out how to get them across the plate. Then you have 2 outs. Man, it's huge to get a 2-out base hit and score runs. It's just runs are at a premium when you hit playoff time, and you've got to figure out when you get runners close to scoring, get them across home plate and put that run on the board.
Tonight they couldn't quite get that done as they fall by a score of 3-2. Guys, it's been a lot of fun tonight being at Trustmark Park. Of course, my home away from home anyway. Justin, you had a great time, I know, down as your our man on the concourse tonight, getting some great talk. Jay, great job up here in the booth. I want to thank everybody for watching tonight here on My 35 and the Pirate Media Network. Our sponsors tonight, Mississippi Bonding, City of Pearl, Mississippi Braves, Harvey's Fish Hut, Sonic Drive-In, Sign Mart, Alumni House, Hermetic Rush Services, and Moss Creek Fish House. Thanks to our executive producer, Frank Hutton, our director and producer, Roy Harper, associate producer, Michael Brewer. Our broadcast engineer back in the studio is Ayanna Bloom. Camera operators, Bubba Banks, Carol Davis, Braden Williams, and Alexis Ware. Graphics video operator, Infinity Wentz. Special thanks, as always, to Perry Lowry, to City of Pearl Urban Forestry Building and Grounds. Again, to my color commentator tonight, Jay Fletcher, our man on the street, Justin Bennett. Thanks so much for helping make this broadcast what it was tonight. This broadcast of Pearl Pirate High School Athletics is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, downloads, or copying of any type without the express written permission of the Pirate Media Network is strictly prohibited. Again, for everyone involved in making this broadcast tonight possible, we say thank you for watching and listening. We hope you'll join us. Our next broadcast will be Saturday as the Pirates will place Germantown at Germantown. A 2 o'clock scheduled first pitch. We'll go on air at 1:45. Until then, I'm DP saying good night, everybody.